Mod Squad shit. Whole lot of Mod Squad shit. Shout out Trenches News, nigga. Shout out NC. Shout out Made Media. Shout out Spark. Shout out Queen. Shout out B. Shout out Nene. See, hit my phone like Black, make us a song. I hit YouTube, found a beat, 9 song. And see, you can go to her for the latest news. Like who told on who and who gave who the blues. Can't forget Queen Lotus, that's 126. Shorty smart as hell, gon' have you thinking about shit. Now let's get on the BZ on the down south shit. Shorty real as hell, she gon' tell you about your shit. And she dropping videos, go subscribe to her shit. Sparks got the visuals of 99%. Made media out west, he a film mode nigga. Get that nigga, bring your chick, I bet she feelin' on that nigga. And shout out Savage Black, we gon' party on them niggas. Can't forget Nene, she catch bodies in the chat. It's that page fake or real shit, shorty gon' check. She gon' come back to the chat, wipe his nosy out the chat.
Hold on, man. Shout out Chris Paulo 773. If y'all ain't follow Chris Paulo, make sure y'all go and follow him. Go follow Dro the Mob on all platforms, man. Make sure y'all go and follow Dro the Mob on all platforms. Big Dog J-Ski on all platforms. Street Code on all platforms, man. Go and get up with all of them, man. Shout out Sean Wood, Ashley Corbin, King of Law. Shout out y'all, man. I'm going to rewind this song, though, man. Shout out to the Mob Squad.
Hey, my nigga Glock made this shit. Real Mod Squad shit. Whole lot of Mod Squad shit. Shout out Trenches News, nigga. Shout out NC. Shout out Made Media. Shout out Spark. Shout out Queen. Shout out B. Shout out Nene. And see, hit my phone like Black, make us a song. I hit YouTube, found a beat, 9 song. And see, you can go to her for the latest news. Like who told on who and who gave who the blues. Can't forget Queen Lotus, that's 126. Shorty smart as hell, gon' have you thinking about shit. Now let's get on the BZ on the down south shit. Shorty real as hell, she gon' tell you about your shit. And she dropping videos, go subscribe to her shit. Sparks got the visuals of 99%. Made media out west, he a film mode nigga. Get that nigga, bring your chick, I bet she feelin' on that nigga. And shout out Savage Black, we gon' party on them niggas. Can't forget Nene, she catch bodies in the chat. It's that page fake or real shit, shorty gon' check. She gon' come back to the chat, wipe his nosy out the chat. Can't forget Uncle Swipe, Mr. Miyagi to you niggas. You can call him Swiper Jordan or whatever, say you nigga. And to the ones that left, we ain't worried about shit. But make sure you like the video before you dip. Real Mod Squad shit, yeah. Real Mod Squad shit, yeah. Real Mod Squad shit, yeah. Make sure you like the video before you dip. Real Mod Squad shit, yeah. Real Mod Squad shit, yeah. Real Mod Squad shit, yeah. Make sure you like the video before you dip.
What's up, y'all? Happy Tuesday, man. Y'all already know what we getting into, man. We getting straight into the Diddy situation, man. Make sure you smash that like button. Want to support me? Go to Nene Marie 37 on Instagram. Purchase your signed copy of my book. Or if you want promotion from me, hit me up on IG, man. You want your name in a videos, or you want your business in the videos. You want your business ran through YouTube. Hey, let me know what you're trying to do, and we can get up. You know what I'm talking about? But other than that, support my mods, man. My mods got content too. When I ain't on YouTube, I might not be on YouTube every day. Hey, support my mods, man. Hey, P. Diddy is a freak. He's a freak. He's a freak. He's super freaky. We finna get to P. Diddy, man. Hey, that's why Johnson & Johnson, man, they got all them lawsuits and they still rich. Diddy banned them by the case. 1,000 bottles of baby oil, man. They said Diddy done spent, goddamn it, $2.8 million on baby oil, man. It's crazy. But we're going to get into this P. Diddy shit, man. Make sure y'all smash the like button. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend.
Use the business empire he controlled to carry out criminal activity, including sex trafficking, forced bribery, and the obstruction of justice. Let me say a little bit more about the charges. The indictment alleges that Combs abused and exploited women and other people for years, and in a variety of ways. As alleged, Combs used force, threats of force, and coercion to cause victims to engage in extended sexual performances with male commercial sex workers, some of whom he transported or caused to be transported over state lines.
I'm here to pay my mom's bill.
Hey, y'all, get in the comments. Let me know who y'all think going down with him, man. Hey, I guarantee Diddy look just like Wesley Snipes right now, man. This shit bigger than Nino, dog. Somebody going down, man. Everybody who was at them parties, they laughing and shit. Hey, I'm telling you, man. Hey, he was there too, Daddy. Was Jay-Z there? Yeah. Take that. Him and Beyonce recorded me, B.
But you're her, right?
Jaguar White, right? They need to apologize to that lady, man. That lady said everybody said she was lying, man.
Combs allegedly planned and controlled the sex performances, which he called freak-offs, and he often electronically recorded them. The freak-offs sometimes lasted days at a time, involved multiple commercial sex workers, and often involved a variety of narcotics, such as ketamine, ecstasy, and GHB, which Combs distributed to the victims to keep them obedient and compliant. As alleged, when Combs didn't get his way, he was violent, and he subjected victims to physical, emotional, and verbal abuse so that they would participate in the freak-offs, and that Combs hit, kicked, threw objects at, and dragged victims, at times by their hair. On one occasion in March of 2016, that conduct was captured on video and later reported in the media. Specifically, Combs kicked, dragged, and threw a vase at a victim in a Los Angeles hotel when the victim was attempting to flee. As alleged, these assaults often resulted in injuries to the victims, which took days or weeks to heal. In addition to the violence, the indictment alleges that Combs threatened and coerced victims to get them to participate in the freak-offs. He used the embarrassing and sensitive recordings he made of the freak-offs as collateral. The indictment alleges that he maintained control over the victims in several ways.
Damn, bro. He was blackmailing motherfuckers. That's how he got Meek Mill. That's how he got Meek Mill on everything. He had something over Meek Mill. Meek Mill kept going back. Meek Mill, you sick, man. I don't want to hear you talking about no snitching or none of that, Meek Mill. You sick. Meek Mill, he sick, man. I used to rhyme like this, to shine like this, so I had to grind like this to go to Puff crib. And when I got to Puff crib, he brought me something that can fit in a parking lot. That's how he got that shit bigger than a parking lot, that car. Diddy brought him a whole car lot worth of shit on everything, man. I don't want to hear no gangster shit about him, bro, on everything. He better not talk about nobody snitching or none of that. Your ass is at freak-offs, dude, on everything. Hey, look, at least my girl still gonna be with me. Your girl finna leave you. You was at Diddy crib, nigga.
Including by giving them drugs, by giving and threatening to take away financial support or housing, by promising them career opportunities, by monitoring their whereabouts, and even by dictating their physical appearance. Because of all of this, the indictment alleges that the victims did not believe they could refuse Combs without risking their security or facing more abuse. The indictment also alleges other acts of violence undertaken by Combs and others, including violence against witnesses to his abuse, kidnapping, and arson. The indictment alleges that on more than one occasion, Combs carried or brandished firearms to intimidate and threaten victims and witnesses. Now, Combs...
Hey, Puffy remind me of some niggas that I know in Chicago, man. They only carry the guns to the parties. They ain't in the streets with the guns. They only bring the motherfuckers to a party, man. I wonder what they at Puff Daddy party. He remind me of some dudes, a lot of dudes that I know. They only had the guns in a party when the cameras rolling and shit. And then soon when it's time to go outside, when the lights flashing and shit, they want to hand them out. Hey, bro, you want to hold the pipe? on everything. Diddy got pipes in a party. That's crazy, bro.
Not do this all on his own. As I mentioned, Combs has been charged with RICO conspiracy. He used his business and employees of that business and other close associates to get his way. Those individuals allegedly included high-ranking supervisors in the business, personal assistants, security staff, and household staff. The indictment alleges that those individuals facilitated the freak-offs. They booked the hotel rooms and stocked them with the supplies, including drugs, baby oil, personal lubricant, extra linens, and lighting. When the hotel rooms got damaged, they helped clean it up. They arranged for victims and commercial sex workers to travel for the freak-offs, and they delivered large quantities of cash to Combs to pay for the commercial sex workers. The indictment also alleges that they helped Combs cover up his crimes. During the March 2016 incident at the LA hotel that I mentioned earlier, a member of the hotel security staff intervened, and Combs attempted to bribe the staff member with a stack of cash to make sure that what happened was kept quiet. And as the indictment alleges, in late 2023, after public allegations were made about Combs's crimes, he and others pressured witnesses and victims to stay silent, including by making phone calls to witnesses and
Hey, man. Hey, bro. Like, hey, look, man. Hey, look. Hey, look, for real, bro. Now, this the real news, bro. This the real news. This the dude reading it, man. He ain't AI, none of that. This the real thing. Hey, but look, though, man. They say Diddy at a party with all this money, bro. He got a pipe on him, bro. Why do Diddy need a gun in a party at his party, bro? Why do we need a gun, bro? That's crazy to me, man. He got guns that deface like he in the trenches, bro. What the fuck is wrong with Diddy, man? His whole family finna go down, bro. His sons, everybody who was involved, bro. On everybody who was involved, bro. He finna bring down a whole dynasty, bro. He finna bring down his whole family, bro, on everything.
victims and giving them a false narrative of what they had experienced. And as alleged, Combs used others to help conceal his abuse by monitoring and preventing victims from leaving a location in order to hide their injuries, or by locating and contacting a victim who had attempted to flee. As part of this investigation, in March of this year, special agents from HSI executed search warrants at Combs' residences in Miami and Los Angeles. They also executed a warrant for Combs' electronic devices. During those searches, agents seized evidence of the crimes charged in this indictment. They seized firearms and ammunition, including 3 defaced AR-15s and a large capacity drum magazine. They also seized evidence of the freak-offs, electronic devices that contain images and videos of the freak-offs with multiple victims. And they seized cases of the kinds of personal lubricant and baby oil that Combs' staff allegedly used to stock hotel rooms for the freak-offs, more than 1,000 bottles altogether.
Damn.
Here are some of the items that we recovered during the searches.
God damn. Smash that like button, man. We about to see some of the items that they recovered doing this freak-offs, man. Hey, Meek Mill, bro. It's gonna come out, Meek. Hey, Meek, you might as well link up with Lil J and Lil Nas X, man. Y'all do a motherfucking drill remix. Old Town Road on everything, bro. It's finna come out, Meek. Hey, Meek Mill, it's finna come out, dog, on everything. It's finna come out, Meek. Meek Mill, fuck.
Or you can rest
Well,
easy with Denver
gonna get
mattresses
bigger, though.
365
get
night
bigger.
better
He
sleep
ain't fuck.
guarantee.
He gonna
And
get
during
bigger.
fall into savings, prices are
He gonna get bigger than ever.
As you can see here, this is a drum, large capacity, and it contains, I believe, 59 rounds. Mentioned as well, you recovered 3 AR-15s. This is a close-up shot of.
No, man, that gotta be Puffy kids, man. Puffy ain't got no motherfucking drum with no 59 rounds. He got more rounds than I got. Damn, Puff. Man, they said Puff got the AR with the deface. Man, I can't see it, man. I can't see them Puffy guns, man. Them gotta be the code. Them gotta be Sean the son who think he a gangster, man. Them got to be his pipes.
Of one of the AR-15s, and you can see right here, the serial number has been thoroughly defaced. Another picture of more ammunition and parts of 2 AR-15s right there.
Bad boy. What type of nigga who be banging the
Now, I want to be
streets?
clear
Bad
about
boy. He
two
told
things.
us a long time ago, bad
First,
boy.
This office is determined to investigate and prosecute anyone who engages in sex trafficking, no matter how powerful or wealthy or famous you may be.
Damn.
No one should doubt our commitment on that. A year ago, Sean Combs stood in Times Square and was handed a key to New York City. Today, he's been indicted and will face justice in the Southern District of New York. Second,
No, bro,
we are not
bro.
done.
I ain't never heard that,
This
bro.
investigation is
Stay
ongoing,
quiet.
and I encourage anyone
Hey,
with
Z1,
information about
get
this
quiet.
case to come forward and to do it quickly. Anyone with information can call 1-877-4-HSI-TIP. I want to express my deep appreciation for the victims and witnesses who have used their voices and helped bring this criminal conduct to light. We would not be here without them. I also want to thank the dedicated case agents on the HSI Trafficking in Person Squad in New York. They have been with us since day one and have worked tirelessly on this investigation. They will continue to be invaluable partners to us.
Hey, niggas say they got to change the locks now. He ain't got that key no more. Somebody else got that key.
I also want to thank the incredible agents and analysts from SCNY who have also provided tremendous assistance on this case. I'm deeply grateful for their continued work. And finally, I want to thank the outstanding career prosecutors from SCNY who are handling this case. Meredith Foster, Emily Johnson, Chrissy Slavic, Madison Smeisler, and Mitzi Steiner, and their supervisors, Jamie Backleeper and Jacqueline Kelly. They are members of the Civil Rights Unit in our criminal division. We created the Civil Rights Unit when I became U.S. Attorney. I'm deeply proud of their work on this and so many other cases. I'll now take some questions.
Aaron Katursky, ABC.
Thanks, Nick. Damian, thanks. The indictment describes aggressive, open, violent, hedonistic abuse that you say was recurrent and widely known. Why did it take law enforcement so long to intervene? How many women were victimized by Sean Combs and how many others were involved?
Look, our investigation is ongoing. We are committed to bringing justice to everyone who's been victimized by the defendant. I can't tell you why it took so long. I think the better focus is on the.
Hey, I know Butter finna get a lawsuit. I know Butter got a lawsuit. Butter said, but DJ, you say, Butter, man. So, man, I heard you was at P. Diddy crib. Butter say, man, I don't even want to talk about it, man. And then he put his head down. After he said that, he put his head down and motherfucking he said, I had to call my mama, man. I know Butter finna get a lawsuit. Butter a part of that.
The fact that we are here today, and we are committed to making sure that justice is done. Next question.
Thank you. Julia Ainsley, NBC.
Thank you for doing this. You said we're not done and that Combs did not do this alone. Do you foresee that there could be other charges related to this case?
Fisher, Newsday.
What's the difference between the sex trafficking and promoting travel for the purpose of prostitution?
Well, there are different crimes with different elements. I don't think we should get into the nitty gritty of the legal discussion right now, but the sex trafficking, we believe, they're all serious offenses, but the sex trafficking conduct carries some significant penalties, and we are gratified that we were able to bring that charge.
One more coercive than the other?
I'm not going to be able to get into that, but you can look it up, and yes, sex trafficking, especially when it involves coercion or force, is a very serious crime, and it carries significant penalties.
Good afternoon, Darla Miles, ABC 7 New York. Thank you for this press conference and for the details. 2 questions. In context of this indictment and the information that was presented to the grand jury, are you able to...
No bullshit. Smash that like button. Hey, what if we wake up in the morning, man, and Butter and they got Rakeem Wilton in the paperwork, man, saying that him and Lil J saying that what Butter said was true about the Lil J was in a room with Diddy wise they was running around with speedos on, chasing them with golf clubs and guns and shit. Butter said, what if we wake up? That shit'll be funny as hell, won't it?
Clarify the number of victims. It's mentioned plural in the indictment, but can you specify the number of victims just for this particular indictment? And secondly, can you provide details about the alleged arson?
Unfortunately, I'm not able to provide either. The number of victims, you are correct. We are intentional in saying multiple. The details of the arson incident are limited to what we have in the indictment and also the detention letter that we filed, which contains more details than the indictment does at various points. But we don't have anything more beyond that. Next question.
Lynn Tran, CNN.
Are any of his accomplices or associates under investigation? And additionally, could he face any more charges?
So the investigation is ongoing. That means both as to him and to anyone else who we believe committed the crime with him. Next question.
Juliet Papa.
Hi, good morning from 1010 Wins. Any indication that some of the women or victims here were imprisoned in his residences, and did he have locations where he kept them, and were not allowed to leave? And also, he's indicted here, although there were searches and raids in LA, Miami. Why in New York?
Well, I'm biased. I'm the U.S. Attorney in the Southern District of New York. I think that we have an outstanding track record of bringing some of the most impactful, sprawling, complex, difficult sex trafficking, human trafficking, labor trafficking, you name it. The Southern District of New York can do it, and so we're very proud of that. And so the scope and complexity of this investigation isn't something that we ran from.
I forgot about Justin Bieber, man. Shit, man.
As to your question about whether he imprisoned anyone, all I can say is that, I mentioned this March 2016 incident where something was caught on video where a victim was attempting to flee, and there was violence that was associated with it. That was at a hotel.
Matthew Lee, Inner City Press.
Thanks a lot. Does your office intend to seek remand, or are you reaching a bail package? And if you're willing, how would you contrast this with the R. Kelly case in EDNY in terms of the elements? Thanks.
So we will be seeking detention. We have filed a letter laying out our reasoning for seeking pretrial detention. I'm not going to be able to expand beyond what's in the letter, but it contains all of the reasoning, and it contains the law as well. There is a presumption of detention in a case like this, and we think that's warranted.
John Elise, New York Daily News.
In the shortest terms, man,
Thank you.
Diddy stand in jail, bro.
I was hoping to get
Ain't
some
no
more detail about the searches of his residence, the guns, the cases of lubricant, and the videos. Where were they found amongst his residents? Were they all scattered around the houses in one place? I kind of wanted to just get a better picture of how that stuff was found.
Well, look, I think that some of the details that you're seeking are in the detention letter. So, for instance, some of the AR-15s, 2 of the 3 defaced AR-15s were found in his bedroom closet in Miami, broken down into parts along with magazines with ammunition loaded in them. So some of that detail is in the detention letter. Beyond that, I'm not going to be able to get into where other items were stored.
This print prints everything to get your brand in front of your fans, like t-shirts, water bottles, and totes.
We begin with that breaking news here at 6 today. A judge orders Sean Diddy Combs held without bail. He pleaded not guilty to racketeering, conspiracy, and sex trafficking charges following a bombshell indictment today. Alice Gaynor covers courts and joins us now live from Lower Manhattan with all the new details. Alice.
Christine, Sean Diddy Combs himself entered the not guilty plea. He walked into the courtroom with a very serious expression. He scanned the room. He had about 12 family members and friends there to support him. Otherwise, the room was basically attorneys and members of the press. The two sides essentially litigated the case when they were making the argument for bail or no bail. Prosecutors say he's a flight risk. He's an extreme danger to the community. He's a serial abuser, they say, and a serial obstructor. His attorney argued that he had earned the trust of the court and of the judge because he flew to New York in anticipation of being arrested and wanted to turn himself in. They also mentioned that he's in the process of trying to sell his plane. He handed over his passports to his attorneys, but the judge ruled he be held without bail. Sean Diddy Combs is accused of creating a criminal enterprise, of using employees, resources, and influence to allegedly carry out crimes, including sex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and obstruction of justice. That employees like security staff, household staff, personal assistants, and high-ranking supervisors allegedly helped facilitate and cover up his abuse and sex escapades, never intervening. Other arrests could be coming.
I'm not taking anything off the table.
The previously reported March 2016 Los Angeles hotel video showing Diddy attacking then-girlfriend singer Cassie was referenced in the indictment.
A member of the hotel security staff intervened, and Combs attempted to bribe the staff member with a stack of cash to make sure that what happened was kept quiet.
The indictment alleges Diddy abused people for decades, verbally, emotionally, physically, and sexually. He's accused of manipulating women to participate in highly orchestrated performances of sexual activity with male commercial sex workers. These elaborate sex performances were referred to as freak-offs, which Combs is accused of arranging, directing, and recording.
The freak-offs sometimes lasted days at a time, involved multiple commercial sex workers, and often involved a variety of narcotics.
He's accused of sometimes giving people drugs like cocaine, oxycodone, and ketamine, to name a few, controlling their careers, using money and threats allegedly to get what he wanted. During these so-called freak-offs and at other times, it's alleged he hit, kicked, and threw objects at and dragged victims. Some injuries took days or weeks to heal, and he allegedly used the recordings of them as—
Hey, man, they just said, man, this shit was going on days at a time, bro. That's why he had that pink coat. That shit had meth in it. It had them staying up. That everybody was partying. Mary J. Blige, man. I think Mary J. finna come out, bro. I think she finna come out now that he locked up, bro. Cause I've been seeing a lot of shit like Mary J. when I be looking at this little show that Nene be watching with Mary J. on there. I think it's her show probably. And yeah, I think Mary J. finna She finna get paid from Puffy, bro. Like, he fucked over, man. He fucked the Kiss and them over. He fucked everybody over, bro. Pac and Biggie, he probably responsible for. This nigga was a gangster, man. He was a Fruit Loop. Puffy just like Young Thug, man. A Fruit Loop, but a gangster on everything.
as collateral. In March 2024, during searches of his Miami and LA homes, law enforcement seized drugs and more than 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lubricant, guns, ammo, and 3 AR-15s with the serial numbers defaced. His attorney says they are not his guns.
Mr. Combs is a fighter. He's going to fight this to the end. He's innocent. We're appealing the decision to hold him without bail.
Combs faces a minimum of 15 years behind bars, up to life in prison if convicted on these 3 felony counts. His attorney says he is fighting the no bail ruling today. There is a bail appeal hearing scheduled for tomorrow, Christine.
All right, some shocking allegations there, Alice. Thank you for that update. Diddy's legal troubles first picked up steam last year. He has faced a number of lawsuits since then, filed by an unnamed music producer to former college student Joy Dickerson, and most recently, one of the singers from the band Danity Kane, Dawn Richard. Now, the first lawsuit came in November of 2023 from Diddy's ex-girlfriend, singer Cassie, alleging years of abuse and rape. The 2 parties settled the next day. And then in March, federal agents raided his homes in Miami and LA. In May, video surfaced showing Combs attacking Cassie in an LA hotel in 2016. He publicly apologized days later. In June, Combs returned his key to the city at the request of Mayor Adams. All of this now leading up to his arrest yesterday. Do stay with CBS News New York. We brought you the news conference live when that indictment was unsealed earlier today, and you can read the entire document on cbsnewyork.com.
Damn.
Right here, sir, right here.
Who's going to be watching Jesse and Delilah? Who's going to be watching the kids?
Hey, that's crazy, bro. Hey, that's crazy, man. Soon when his lawyers now walked out the courtroom, they talking about who gonna be watching the kids, man. Like they ain't got no fucking mama. They crazy as hell, bro.
All right. So this was the first step. We have a bail appeal scheduled for tomorrow at 3:30 in front of Judge Carter, the district judge assigned to this case. I think that we made the points that we've been wanting to make. I think it came out. Mr. Combs is a fighter. He's going to fight this to the end. He's innocent. He came to New York to establish his innocence. He's not afraid. He's not afraid of the charges. There's nothing that the government said in their presentation today that changes anyone's mind about anything. He's been looking forward to this day. He's been looking forward to clearing his name, and he's going to clear his name. And we're going to stand by his side as he does. We believe in him wholeheartedly. He didn't do these things. This was a 10-year relationship. There's no coercion. There's no crime. There's basically just, someone who brought a civil case and now is finding themselves as a witness in a criminal case. And we're going to fight this case with everything we have, as is he. And eventually he's going to be shown to be innocent. And so tomorrow we fight again, and we'll fight every day until we don't have to fight anymore. I don't know. The question is, why did it happen last night instead of today? I don't know the answer to that question. I just want to make one point very clear. We have no power. All we can do is show good faith. He got on a plane and he came here. And if he stayed here for one day before the case started, or for 1 year before the case started, he was going to stay as long as he needed to stay. It ends up being only 12 days. That's fine. That's what the government wanted to do. The government didn't want him to turn himself in. He came here to turn himself in. Why doesn't the government want him to turn himself in? Because then they can't ask for detention. So they go and they arrest him. They arrest the guy who came to New York to turn himself in. But we're going to make all these points again tomorrow, and we'll make it as much as we can until we get him out. So that's all I have. Huh? Tomorrow. Yeah, that's tomorrow. Wait, what was the question? We're appealing. We're no bail.
We're appealing it.
Oh, I'm sorry. We're appealing the decision to hold him without bail. Tomorrow at 3:30. 3:30, same place. Bail appeal. Bail appeal tomorrow at 3:30, same court, different judge. He's doing fine. He's a fighter. And he's going to fight this. All right, I'm going to go. I don't get into that stuff.
How about the twins? Are they doing okay?
Yeah, that's so with for him, man. This is the last time we gonna be seeing Puffy, man. They ain't getting him no 15 years. They finna hit Puffy ass across this shit like they did R. Kelly, man. He through.
There's some of the areas where I'm seeing lines. My forehead lines, I got crow's feet right here, my frown lines. So I'm still me with fewer lines, which
We sit down with the man who famously represented Meek Mill and Bill Cosby on his thoughts regarding the newly unsealed federal indictment against Sean Diddy Combs, charging the music mogul with sex trafficking and racketeering. We bring on Brian J. McMonagle once again. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Jesse Weber. We're honestly still reeling from the news of the arrest and indictment of Sean Diddy Combs. We knew this was going to happen. We knew it was going to happen. There was reporting for months that the 54-year-old may be the target of a criminal investigation. His homes in LA and Miami, they were raided by federal agents back in March. There was a grand jury in New York that was impaneled. He had been hit with numerous lawsuits alleging sexual assault, sex trafficking, illegal narcotics and gun possession. There were rumors that those alleged victims were cooperating with federal prosecutors. Sean Combs, the music mogul, artist, producer, was arrested out in New York City.
My guess is the government will seek pretrial detention, as they often do in cases like this. He's got a really great lawyer, and he's going to need one.
And we'll get to that pretrial detention because that is what prosecutors are moving forward with. But the racketeering, right? So you have this idea that he is leading this criminal enterprise. It's not like it's
look. It ain't just P. Diddy that's in trouble.
Hell no.
Because he's in a world of trouble. He's in a world of trouble, but that's not what I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about Hollywood being in a world of trouble. And if you're being honest, I ain't the only one thinking like that. So are y'all. Stephen A. Smith Show in the house, coming right at you right now. Oh, I brought up P. Diddy, and I've got to get into that. But there was a Monday Night Football game that came on last night between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Atlanta Falcons. I'll get to more of that a little bit later. Let me just say this real quick about the Monday Night Football game. Eagles blew the game. Saquon Barkley dropped the pass that would have given them a
It's pretty surreal. You know, here we are many years later.
I know he's
and I'm
finna go
designing my own
crazy. I just
collection
want to watch
together
this
with
real
Wilson.
quick. He finna go crazy on
the
this.
14th-page indictment overnight at a Manhattan day on football, not with what has happened. Sean P. Diddy Combs.
He finna go
That's
off.
the subject right now.
Hell no.
The topic is serious. It's a federal case against Sean P. Diddy Combs. The Bad Boy Entertainment mogul was arrested overnight at a Manhattan hotel and taken into custody by U.S. Homeland Security investigators. The investigators were acting on a sealed indictment filed by the U.S. District Court for the Southern District of New York. The 14-page indictment, which I have read, which was unsealed today, charges Diddy with sex trafficking and racketeering. The federal government has accused Diddy of directing a vast criminal enterprise that he used to assault and traffic women. Here's a section of the indictment that essentially lays out the broad case against Diddy. He's accused of, quote, creating a criminal enterprise whose members and associates engaged in and attempted to engage in, among other crimes, sex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and obstruction of justice, end quote. The indictment also alleges Diddy used force or threats of force to coerce women to engage with male sex workers. The indictment goes on to say those acts, which were called, quote, freak-offs, end quote, sometimes lasted days and were often recorded. Federal prosecutors say
He finna tell you, Bob Barkley. Stephen A. Smith finna tell you. He watch this. He go crazy, bro.
Plural, in Los Angeles and
Stephen
Miami
A. Smith.
earlier this year.
Dude right here
The
go
government
crazy.
also alleges
He funny as hell,
participants
too.
of the quote-unquote freak-offs were often given controlled substances like ketamine and ecstasy to keep victims, quote, obedient and compliant, end quote. Combs will appear in federal court today where he's expected to plead not guilty. Federal prosecutors laid out the case against Diddy during a press conference earlier today in New York City, during which prosecutors also said they want bail denied and they want Diddy to remain in jail until his trial. P. Diddy Combs is expected to plead not guilty, and his attorneys say he deserves to be released until the trial date. Diddy's wave of legal troubles was spurred by a bombshell lawsuit filed by
Diddy
ex-girlfriend
did that
Cassie
shit,
Ventura in
man. He
November.
did
The
everything
R&B
they
singer
said he did.
accused the mogul of rape, sex trafficking, and physical abuse. The lawsuit was settled for an undisclosed amount a day after it was brought. He's in a world of trouble, y'all. My God, is he in a world of trouble. First of all, say some local police department. This is Homeland Security. So let's get that out the way first. This is Homeland Security. First off. Secondly, the sex trafficking, the physical abuse is something the ex-girl accused him of. Remember, he settled that the next day after the case.
That's what. Hey, that's why Diddy in trouble, bro. He paid that girl, bro.
He settled the case the next day.
He should never paid her, bro.
But it was thereafter that the video came out with him running down the hallway, snatching her, throwing her to the ground, kicking her, throwing a vase at her, etc., etc. Y'all remember that infamous video? He came on and he apologized and he acknowledged that he was in a real bad, effed up place. That's what he said. That's what he said. So you admitted you were messed up. You admitted that your act was egregious. It's the apology. Remember when he gave that quote unquote apologetic video right there? A lot of people weren't buying it because it was shortly removed from him categorically and emphatically denying there was any truth to the allegations that were levied against him. It was only after.
Hey, Method Ed. Hey, Method Man Ed. Hey, I feel you on that one, right? Hey, I used to be like it. They just want money too, bro. Nah, man, I've been hearing this shit since I was a kid, bro. I've been hearing this shit that Diddy did something. Either making a band, people said it, everybody said it, bro. He a freak, bro. Usher been exposed. You know what I'm talking about? He don't want to be around Diddy and shit. You know what I'm talking? It's everybody, bro. He fucked over Usher, Justin Bieber, bro. He did that shit, bro. He did that shit, bro. He fucking sick, bro. Yeah, and Meek Mill. They got Meek Mill in the paperwork. They said a person who used to go with who was dating Nicki Minaj, bro, a Philly rapper, in the federal paperwork, bro. Who is that? We only know one person from Philly who was dating Nicki Minaj, man, and that's Meek Mill, bro. That's the only person we know. That's a rapper. That's a big rapper who dated Nicki Minaj. That's Meek Mill, bro.
After the video came out, that he had to fess up and own up to it. And even then, people weren't. So we all knew this was coming. But when you hear racketeering conspiracy, when you hear sex trafficking by force, when you hear that drugs were used to keep them obedient and compliant, when you hear about the transportation to engage in prostitution, male sex workers, and all of this other stuff, he's in a world of trouble. And I hate to bring up this name, but it is apropos in this particular situation. Remember what Suge Knight said? Y'all remember that? When Suge Knight said he was in a world of trouble? Because Suge Knight said, listen, he knows a lot. And so you're looking at a potential situation where it could arguably mirror that of Jeffrey Epstein. Remember him?
Remember him?
August 10th, 2019, prison guards found, I'm reading right from online, guards financially and convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein unresponsive in his jail cell at the Metropolitan Correctional Center in New York City, where he was awaiting trial on sex trafficking charges. Tried to perform CPR, couldn't resuscitate him, pronounced dead at a downtown hospital.
Hey, yeah, 3Ds, you just said that, bro.
What it went on to say in a report that there were violations because normal jail procedures on the night of Epstein's death wasn't followed. It talked about a malfunction of 2 cameras in front of his cell. And you got people still to this very day with their conspiracy theories being thrown out there that it wasn't suicide, but ultimately intentional harm was brought to him because he knew too much about too many people. That's what Suge Knight alluded to when he was talking about P. Diddy. And as we sit here today, who the hell can deny that potential reality? Do we know? No.
At Sierra, Jessica and her mom discovered a plethora of yoga gear at Stella.
Hey, they gonna take Diddy out, man. I'm out up and up. They gonna take him out, bro. Or some mysteriously might happen to Diddy, bro. On some real shit, bro. Might happen to him, man. He know too much, bro. He been at the parties with all the higher ups. What's the pastor name? He ain't escaping shit. What's his name? Reverend, no, not let me say his name right. Well, hey, what's the pastor name, man? TD Jakes, man. TD Jakes and all them, bro. All them in trouble, man.
Prices, which led to
TD
another
Jakes probably got so
discovery.
many victims at his church. It's pathetic.
We don't know. But what we do know is that these are federal charges. What we do know is that his attorney has been on a record saying that he flew to New York as recently as a couple of weeks ago because they knew this was coming down the pike. And he wanted to show compliance and that he wasn't running from anything. And he's expected to plead not guilty. And he turned himself in. And months earlier, he had turned his passports in. And family members had
Hell
also
yeah, the
turned their
pastor was at the
passports
parties too. They got pictures and shit. He in the
But let's
paperwork.
lay this out.
Cuban
Because
Gooding
we
Jr.,
need
all
to
them in the
understand, we
paperwork,
need to
man.
gather a level of
They was in the
education
first
in our
paperwork
own
that
brains to
came out
edify
months
ourselves
ago.
to the kind of trouble you can get yourself in sometimes. Him, obviously so. Clearly, you can sit up there and say you're innocent until proven guilty. Nah, that's in the court of law. In the court of public opinion, he's already been found guilty. Can we just be real about that? In the court of public opinion, not law. In the court of public opinion, ain't a damn soul think he's innocent.
Fuck off my page.
I'm not denigrating
Go
or
suck a
castigating
goat
brother,
dick.
whatever. I met him at a Golden State Warriors game. One time I went to a party and it was supposed to be his party. I never saw nothing like that. But without mentioning any names, without incriminating anybody, you see the names? Do you see the people who have befriended him over the years, who have attended his parties, who are considered close to him, who he's been in business with? Have you seen it? Have you seen it? Have you seen it? I mean, this has gotten very, very scary. Hollywood's in trouble. Hip-hop and R&B, it's in trouble.
I'm telling y'all.
Because the brother's an elite success story, had a lot of friends, had a lot of people vouch, or once upon a time vouched for him, in terms of his brilliance as an artist, a producer rather. Brother knew how to make money. And now here we are. When you're in that position and you know so much, I got news for you. It's gotten very, very scary. If it were just him, it would be sad. It would be very unfortunate. But I use the word scary because I get the impression, to put it kindly, that his life ain't the only life that's going to be affected. That they ain't after him just to get him. You got Homeland Security involved. You got the feds involved. I got news for you. They ain't coming just for him. They coming for a whole bunch of people. I'll explain in detail even more so what I mean by that statement in a minute. Until then, we got some bills to pay. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back.
Hey, LeBron was at them parties, bro. LeBron said that the parties at Diddy crib is lit, bro. He been there. All them, man. Everybody, Chris Brown, everybody was there, man. All the top executives, bro. Everybody was at his parties, bro. And they said this shit was going on for days with workers, bro. If y'all knew this was going on, and y'all responsible too, bro. But them the people who they gonna get the flip on Diddy. A lot of them. Cause like he said, man, they don't want just Diddy, bro. They coming for somebody else, bro. They just need Diddy. Diddy fucked up with somebody. He ain't do something, bro. He ain't do something right, bro. He messed up with the elites. I did remember when Suge Knight said that Diddy in trouble, man, because Diddy know a lot of shit, bro. Yeah, Diddy, man, he fucked. He deserve it though, bro. It ain't like he don't deserve it. Like R. Kelly. R. Kelly deserve it. Look what R. Kelly did to the 13, 14. He bogus, bro, for that. He bogus. And then he beat the case and kept on doing it. You need to stay in jail, bro. Like, yeah, you might love his music, but they ain't got shit to do with what you did.
Got some bills to pay. Let me show you what I'm talking about right now. And I have it with him.
There's a
are going to be considered suspect. I'm not saying any names because I ain't trying to do that to anybody. I'm not wishing that on anybody. But what I'm saying to you is that when you are associated with a figure that is being accused of the multitude of egregious acts that he has been accused of, sex trafficking, racketeering, drug use, prostitution, flying folks across state lines and all of this other stuff. Yo, I'm glad P. Diddy's got money. They talking about $50 million bond. They talking about his house on Star Island that's worth about $48 million and, you know, putting that up as collateral. They rejected that, by the way. They rejected that. Prosecutors are calling for him to be in jail. They're saying he's a danger to society. You can't leave him out on the streets. So the question now is he going to get bail? At least at the time that we're recording this episode. We don't know the answer to that yet. But I'm telling you right now, anytime the feds are coming your way, they're not coming just for you. They're not coming. I can't wait till Kevin Frazier, my man for Entertainment Tonight, comes on the show in a few minutes. I can't wait because let me tell you something. There's lessons to be peeled from all of this. Be careful about the enemies that you crop up. Be careful about people that have a target on your back. The people you've alienated, you've infuriated. Think about the people he's done business with. Think about the money involved. Think about how it would have been in folks' best interest to shut the hell up and never say anything. Yet somehow, some way, this stuff evidently was going on for years, according to the feds. And almost nobody said anything. That was before.
Yeah, I think Gene Deal should go
And
to
then
jail
suddenly,
too.
when things go bad, there's videotapes. There's recordings. There's surveillance cameras. There's electronic equipment. There's a multitude of statements. Clearly, he's in a world of trouble. This man is one of the richest people in the world. And he can't lead a country.
Oh, yeah. Bentley Farnsworth.
At this moment, he can't lead a state. For all we know, by the end of the day, he won't be able to leave a jail cell. You're going after him like this, not just because he's a well-known figure, not just because he's P. Diddy, not just because you want to get him off the streets in your eyes if you're the feds, because supposedly you want to stop him from committing these criminal acts. You're after an enterprise. You're after an abundance of people. And I got news for you. If it were just people employed under Bad Boy Entertainment, Combs Enterprises, or anything else, that would be one thing. I'm just telling you from my experience in media for all of these decades. You don't do all of this to go after somebody and their coworkers. You do this because there's a bigger fish to fry.
So I knew it. It's a bigger fish.
And you suspect that he's the one that's going to nail it for you. That's my take on it. What it's worth. But coming up, somebody's got a better take than I do, in my opinion. He's the host of Entertainment Tonight. His name is Kevin Frazier, and he joins me next to discuss the latest facts in the Sean Diddy Combs indictment. Stick around. Don't touch that dial. Wait till you hear what this brother has to say, because
Hey, Gene Deal need to go to jail, bro. He been to all the stores and all that shit. He was the errand man. He was with him going to stores and buying butt plugs and all type of shit, bro. Like you been on this. He knew that indictment was coming. He said, Gene Deal say, hell no, Puffy by itself. On everything. That's crazy, bro. Puffy carrying around guns and parties. Chris Brown there, Usher there, Jay-Z there. That's crazy. Kanye there. That's crazy. That's crazy, man. Young Miami. She putting shit in people's drinks. Oh man. The dude who with Lil Baby going down. What's the dude with Lil Baby? The dude who be hugging on Lil Baby, the white dude. He going down too. That's who they want though. They want the person who with Lil Baby now. Who sandwich Lil Baby. They want them. The two dudes. They want them too, bro. I'm telling y'all, they want them too. This shit bigger than Puffy. We don't even do this shit in the black community, bro, like that, bro. You probably got certain cases, but we don't do that shit, bro. Michael Rubin. That's who they want, man. Michael Rubin, bro. Let's finish. Let's to this.
Fantastic. Let's get into this.
Listen, paying $14.99 a month.
Smash that like button for me, y'all. It's free. It's free. You don't want to smash the like button. It's cheaper, man. Nene Marie 37 on Cash
Month
App,
for a
man.
streaming app, and $9.99 a month for a music
Yeah,
app,
smash
and
the like button.
$12.99 for a fitness app, and
Today's indictments is once one of the most respected men in the business of entertainment, of course. Explain Diddy's impact in the world of entertainment. Let's get that out of the way first.
Well, let's just remember a year ago, he received the key to the city of New York. That tells you how important he is as a son of New York, but he was always looked at as a hit maker, one of the big producers and moguls in this business. And then when he built his business with Ciroc Vodka, working with Adagio, and also owning a television channel in Revolt, he was looked at as more than just a music business person, but as a media mogul. And that is what is stunning about all this, because this media empire that he created was created in many ways with force, a culture of fear, according to these documents, kidnapping, coercion. There are so many things when you read these documents that blow your mind about what was going on behind the scenes at Combs Enterprise.
What's Hollywood saying about him, and what have they been saying about him over the last few months since Homeland Security raided his homes in both Los Angeles and Miami?
Well, there's been a distancing from him, but also you have to understand that underneath it all, people in Hollywood, there were whispers. People knew things. They talked about things before the lawsuits came out, but no one was ever willing to step up. Remember Harvey Weinstein? There were whispers. There was talk about these things that were going on, but no one would ever step up. And then people saw the Cassie lawsuit and that video. And the video was so damning that everyone has been like hands off when it comes to Diddy. You don't hear the music. You don't see any of the things that he has produced. And you see that video right there where he savagely beat Cassie in a hotel hall room, in a hotel hallway. This is undeniable. And let me take you back to R. Kelly. The video didn't lie. You can deny everything you want. You can say I'm innocent as much as you want, but the video doesn't lie. And prosecutors are saying that they have a plethora of video on hand. Throughout this investigation, they have gathered a lot of video showing the different things that he has done that have led to these charges.
You know, I'm wondering when you see or you hear of people separating themselves from him, distancing themselves from him. Obviously,
You know,
the default position would be somebody
hello.
that's in this world of trouble. They're persona non grata. You want to stay away from
Hello,
them.
my
You don't
life.
want anything to do with them. But there have been people and noise emanating out of Hollywood that there are some who are keeping their distance from him because they may be culpable as well. Because obviously they knew some people are intimating folks or other folks were involved, et cetera, et cetera. What kind of indication have you gotten reporting on this story, reporting on the business of Hollywood and so many of the things that have transpired? What kind of intel can you provide us as it pertains to possible involvement of anybody else? Or is this all about Diddy?
Sure. If you look at the case, and they brought RICO charges, they're federal RICO charges. And the reason they did that is so they can include the entire Combs Enterprises organization. That means the people who aided and abetted him now are also liable and could be brought into this lawsuit. There have been lots of interviews with lots of people. And so there's an expectation that either people will testify against him or they will also be charged down the road. And then
you good.
People have been very vocal about some of the things they saw, like Dawn Richards saying that she sat at a table with a very high-powered music executive and other entertainers and watched as Diddy punched Cassie in the face. And then they went about their meeting that Dawn Richards says that she was held hostage by Diddy in the back of a Bentley. And she had to call her father to drive into New York City to make sure she was okay. So there are all these charges. And remember, 10 lawsuits, not the criminal lawsuits, but the other individual lawsuits that also stand right now against Diddy.
I'm wondering about this as well because I'm listening. We're talking to Kevin Frazier for the host of Entertainment Tonight right here on the Stephen A. Smith Show over the digital airways of YouTube and, of course, iHeartRadio. When I think about these charges, it says sex trafficking, racketeering charges, etc. They're clearly after more than just him. When did this all begin, Kevin? It's one thing to hear the noise, but when did we all get the sense, wait a minute, the inevitable is coming. Folks are out to get him. He done made the wrong enemies, for crying out loud, because the belief was this has been going on for quite a long time. Enough people had seen it. Enough people were quiet about it. And then all of a sudden, folks stopped being quiet. When did the beginning of the demise of P. Diddy?
Just not getting on here. I appreciate all y'all support. But Diddy, man, he screwed over a lot of people, bro. I don't know if y'all been watching him, but I've been watching Diddy since I was a kid, man. Like all the shit, like all their music, Bad Boy, they dancing around in shiny suits and shit, Mace and Biggie them on the boat and all that shit. I remember all that shit when I was a kid. And I've been hearing about this freaky shit, you know what I'm talking about, for a long time too. But that lady, Jaguar Wright, she was on Unplugged with Jay-Z singing. She a real singer, bro. She dope as hell. She could sing like a motherfucker. She been said this, bro. So shout out to her. Shout out to Queen Lotus. Because Queen Lotus, she from New York. And she been saying that everybody's arguing with Queen Lotus too about it. Even some people on my channel was saying that Queen Lotus, she don't know what she talking about. Well, she know what she talking about. Puffy ass going down. But I'm going to add on to it. Gene Deal and the rest of them motherfuckers who was with him, they should go down too. Just like with R. Kelly, bro. Why is the guards who was picking up the girls not in jail? Like, for real. Why is the people who was transporting the girls, bro? Somebody had to bring them girls to Puffy. Somebody had to drop them girls off to Puffy, man. Somebody had to take them across state lines and shit like that, bro. Puffy too big to be going to pick up a bunch of girls in the vans and shit. He too big to go and get the cocaine, you know? Yeah, shout out Queen Lotus 126, man. Go and subscribe to her channel.
When Adagio decided to separate themselves from him, Ciroc had done very, very well, and then Adagio was like, "We are separating from Diddy." And at first, when you hear the rumblings, before it became public, when you hear the rumblings that they are willing to pay him off.
No, Deal only been telling us, man, since he knew it was money on YouTube. Jaguar Wright, man, I seen her say the shit and Queen Lotus, bro. Since I've been on YouTube, them the ones who was if Diddy, like you asked about Diddy, they gonna tell you. You know what I'm saying? This before the Cassie shit came out, and nobody wasn't thinking about Diddy, bro. He done got the key to the city and some more shit. You know, nobody was thinking about him. Them two said it. Diddy a sick motherfucker, man. Somebody do his daughters like that, though. It's a problem, though.
Just to get to separate from him, you wonder what more is coming down the road. And there must be more coming down the road. So keep this in mind, Steve. He sold his stake in Revolt. He has his money from Adagio. So he is flush with cash. He is also using his homes to put up this $50 million bail package. He went to New York to turn himself in to show that I am not a flight risk. I'm around. So he plans on fighting this. He has to fight. But the issue will be the video evidence and all the things that were confiscated from his house. So when Adagio began, when you heard the rumblings that things were going wrong with Adagio and Ciroc, that's when I began to say something big is going to happen.
All right, okay. So now Queen Lotus said this too. That liquor shit, bro. He should never dabbled in them people business, bro. I heard Queen say this first. He dabbled in them people business. Dude just said it, bro. With Ciroc and whoever was with Ciroc. Hold on, I'm gonna back it up. Shout out Queen Lotus 126, man. Go and subscribe to her channel, man. She from New York, bro. So if you into New York or anything, I don't listen to nobody, man, unless it's Queen from New York. Like I don't listen to a lot of people. Anthony Peterson, you know, but Queen Lotus, I listen to him. I listen to her on the New York shit. I ask her if I got some New York. I'm gonna ask her first. I ain't listen to nobody else.
There must be more coming down the road. So keep this in mind, Steve. He sold his stake in Revolt. He has his money from Adagio. So he is flush with cash. He is also using his homes to put up this $50 million bail package. He went to New York to turn himself in to show that I am not a flight risk. I'm around. So he plans on fighting this. He has to fight. But the issue will be the video evidence and all the things that were confiscated from his house. So when Adagio began, when you heard the rumblings that things were going wrong with Adagio and Ciroc, that's when I began to say something big is going to happen and something bad is going to happen. But I mean, just a year ago, New York was celebrating Diddy. Think about that, Steve. The same people who were celebrating him are now putting him in handcuffs.
But see, I'm thinking about it from this standpoint, Kevin. I'm looking at this and I'm saying, okay, the violence is obvious because you caught on video and the video ain't.
The same people were celebrating them was putting them in handcuffs. You hear me? They don't want Diddy, bro. Diddy, they want Mark Rubin, man. I'm telling you, bro. Dude is zesty, bro. He the one turning out all the rappers, bro. And he doing this shit in public. Diddy was doing it in parties, recording it. So he can have some leverage. Dude, that Mark Rubin dude, he making them play tennis and skirts and jump up and down and all type of shit, man. Like, bro, if a nigga tell, hey, man, you owe me $50, bro. If you ain't got it, man, jump up and down. Like a rabbit. Man, come on, bro. You supposed to be a street nigga from Philly, from North Philly, bro. He got you doing motherfucking jumping jacks, bro. Like, come on, man.
Lying. You know, you beat Cassie Ventura up. You beat her up. We saw that. We witnessed that with our own two eyes. He came on thereafter and said he was really in a messed up place. He apologized. He tried to show some level of contrition. Nobody was buying it because it was weeks removed from him categorically and emphatically denying that the incident ever took place before he ultimately.
There's a rhythm in the markets. And
Hey, Lil Reese better not put his hand on no female, man. He better not even be. I told Lil Reese, man, just stay away from females. I ain't telling you to go the way that Lil Nas X and Lil J went, but get you a baby mama or something, bro. I'm telling you, bro, or he gonna sit down. He gonna get sit down for one of these cases, bro. Especially if you out of town playing, bro. Everywhere ain't like Cook County jail, bro. Everywhere ain't like Cook County, bro. You're not just gonna keep on getting out of jail, bro. Your ass gonna be sitting in there and get hit with some time, bro. Then they gonna be screaming, Lil Reese a blood or a Crip.
President echoed the bell.
Niggas crazy.
And the
Niggas gotta
prelude
know
to
when
leading
God bless you,
global
bro. You gotta
elections
know when to adjust
and
the
the rising
code, bro.
force
Turn your life
conducted by
around.
AI. And if
before he ultimately got exposed for lying. But when they say sex trafficking, see, that's the kind of stuff that resonate with these freak off parties and stuff like that. In terms of those kind of details, what are people in Hollywood saying about that? Are they saying this happens all the time? It's par for the course, or was it a Diddy specialty that finally got exposed?
Steve, I mean, let's go back to Jeffrey Epstein and all the things that went on with him and the Hollywood names that were involved. And then you go to Harvey Weinstein, and this is what drove the Me Too movement. These things, when you have people who have a power dynamic to wave that over other people's dreams of success and the fear of losing that success once you're put into the machine and that you are forced and coerced to do things against your will, to hold women and force them to have sex with male sex workers while you work is a different level of depravity. And you have to look at this and stop for a second and say, how could a person build something like that? How could a person have something like that? And it's because of the power dynamic to hold people's dreams in your hand. People wanted to be successful. They wanted to be stars. And when you want to be a star, sometimes you'll do any damn thing to be a star. And Steve, keep this in mind.
No. Usher was a kid, man, living with Diddy. You don't remember that, man? Usher was a kid living with Diddy, man. Usher was a kid, bro. Usher was like 12 years old living with Diddy, bro. Diddy, man. Usher, they asked Usher, they said, man, would you let your son go around Diddy? Man, that nigga Usher, man, go and look at it. Type in Usher, bro. Usher been with Diddy since he was a kid, man. Him and Jermaine Dupri. Jermaine Dupri going down too. Because him and Diddy, they were sharing crisscross. That's why they came up with that crisscross to make you jump. They had to jump, goddamn, half the time. Now I've been knew about crisscross a long time ago. Crisscross was like when I was a kid on the radios and
When
shit.
Dawn Richards, she claims that after she called her father, and her father came up and confronted Diddy and said, I want to make sure my daughter is okay. The next night, Danity Kane performed on SNL. And afterwards, Dawn says that Diddy went to her and said, don't ever get your family involved again.
Kevin Frazier, you know, a lot of people saying, they're asking the question, why aren't more people that knew speaking out against Diddy? I'm
because
wondering,
Steve, they could be in trouble. They could be a part.
I agree.
Think about this: if you were sitting,
JD,
punch
bro.
Cassie in the face,
JD, a couple
while
people
you're
said
eating,
that shit,
and
man.
you didn't
JD
say
a freak,
anything,
bro.
that's a problem. And let's forget about what it does to you, whether it's federally or with local officials. But let's talk about the court of public opinion and how that can damage someone's career because you saw these women being abused.
I'm thinking along the lines of this, though, and I'm not disagreeing with what you just said.
Yeah.
But I'm also contemplating the federal indictment, the RICO charges. They're coming for more than just him. So the damning evidence, remember, they're saying that, okay, you had these freak offs. You had these women that you had engaging in all kind of sex acts and what have you. You are with professional male workers, okay? But you also have a situation where it wasn't just for himself. It might have been for others. And so they're literally calling Bad Boy Entertainment a criminal enterprise. This is what they're saying. I'm wondering the kind of folks they're after are the
Hey, who is this, man? I don't know who this is, this Duke. But shout out to Duke, man. Hey, Duke know what I'm talking about. They made crisscross wear their pants backwards, man, so the hole could be in the back. I'm telling you, man. Hey, look, when I seen that Nickelodeon shit, when Nene put me up on the Nickelodeon thing, and Nickelodeon, all that slime and shit, that was supposed to be sperm, bro, it's crazy, bro. Like, we thinking like as some kids, like, the slime, whoa, man, they was sexual, bro. They had old girl slinging water out the water bottle on her, like she was holding y'all know what I'm talking about, bro. Like all this shit freaky. Go and watch that Nickelodeon shit, man. Nene put me up on it, bro. Like I was watching it with her, bro. I'm thinking Nickelodeon was innocent, bro. whole time. All the little TV show shit was pervert, bro. I'm telling you, it was pervert, bro. It's some pervert shit, man. Like for real, it blew me, bro. It blew my mind, bro. Like, and the parents was in the next room, bro. That's what's crazy about it, bro. The parents was in the next room. So when you say what the parents was, the parents in the next room, man, getting their haircuts and shit, bro, watching TV. While their kids getting fucked over, man. It's crazy, bro. Like my parent, my daddy them and my mama them told me at a young age, me and my brothers, bro, when I was like 3, 4, like they was touching where your private part at, and was letting me know as a kid, if anybody touch yo, you know what I'm talking about, tell us. Anywhere you go before we leave, anybody touch our private parts, anything, bro, tell us. You know what I'm talking about? Like told us at a young age, bro. You got some sick people out here, bro. They got all this money, bro. They got all this money in doing this shit. Hey, look, I told y'all, but just because you got money, bro, don't mean that you happy. They got money and having parties and recording them and this shit, bro. Like it's crazy, bro, that they even in this position, bro. That Diddy, bro, a person who done robbed everybody out their career, and then you go off into another career of sex trafficking, peak cocaine. They finna get Diddy ass up, and Diddy finna get whoever else up.
The folks in Hollywood lying back in wait, wondering who's next. Because ultimately, if you have workers that you can target and they can be punished and what have you, it's presumed they're going to dime him out. And ultimately, they're going to force him to comply. And Diddy is going to dime out a whole bunch of people. It seems like that's what everybody's waiting for right now.
Steve, there have been other big names that have been associated and fluttered around this. And I don't want to say any names until legally they push forward. But you have to understand, even if it's not Diddy who turns, it's other people in his organization. Just think about this. Government obtained, and I want to get this, 90 cell phones, laptops, cloud storage accounts, as well as over 30 other electronic and storage devices like hard drives, thumb drives, cameras, and surveillance systems, and a bunch of electronic data. So you have to believe that when that case is laid out, that what you're going to see is video of these wrongdoings and other people involved. The people who aided and abetted him, the people who helped him pull this
The
off.
drugs, remember the white boy they snatched off the plane? They already got him. He out on bond right now. So they already got the white boy already, bro. The person who was supplying the drugs, bro. He got caught on the plane with drugs. They snatched him off the plane when they ran up on Diddy. This when they ran in his house.
And these parties and these freak-offs, because there were other people who attended these freak-offs.
That's crazy.
This is going to be ugly.
I was
There's
just
going to
playing
be
when I said
reverberations
freak-off.
throughout Hollywood, because even if you didn't attend, if you knew, if you saw, if you understood what was going on. I mean, years and years ago, I was at a party for a very high-profile star, and his people had Diddy removed from that party because they said he was out of control. He was clearly on something other than just having drinks. There were issues there, and they banned him from coming to those parties. And I'm talking about a high-profile star. The information is there. Now it's just how much of that information is going to come out.
Damn.
He's in a world of trouble legally, but I'm not ruling out the possibility that he could be in more danger than that, because with all of that electronic equipment, those cameras, those surveillance videos, all of this stuff that he has, chances are he was able to keep folks quiet, one would presume.
With the YouTube music app, you can blend up to 30 artists into one.
Man, that's crazy, bro. Yeah, I like Stephen A, bro. I be watching him. He be keeping it real with everybody, bro. Like if a player garbage or anything, bro. Like I check in with his channel every once in a while, man, because he keep it real. He keep it raw funky. He don't care about losing no job. He can go to any network. They gonna hire him and give him millions. You know, so he like the Charleston White of the NBA shit. Like
Big custom
he
radio
don't care.
station, which means now your thumb is basically a
Because they know he had a mountain of evidence against them. What if you're fearful that he's going to target you and he's going to dime you out? We don't know what's next, man. We really, really don't know. Kevin Frazier, appreciate you, my man. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule.
Steve, keep this in mind real quick. Remember what happened to Jeffrey Epstein. He didn't survive. He didn't survive.
Well, we know that case. We know that case all too well. Appreciate you, man. Thanks a lot, man. We'll talk later.
As always, talk soon.
There's a lot more to tap. I mean,
Lil Reese assault warrant issue, punching and choking ex inside strip club. Man, they finna get Lil Reese ass gone too. This the year of the crash out, man. It's the year of the crash out, man. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy, Lil Reese. All right, I gotta roll up, y'all. I gotta roll up 1 minute, man. We done heard about all the baby oils and all that shit, man. I done got a motherfucking headache, man. I gotta roll up now. My wife home. She made it back safe. Smash that like button, y'all. Y'all already know what it is. Don't go nowhere. This by Savage Black.
Real Mod Squad shit. Whole lot of Mod Squad shit. Shout out Trenches News, nigga. Shout out NC. Shout out Made Media. Shout out Spark. Shout out Queen. Shout out Beat. Shout out Nene. And see, hit my phone like Black, make us a song. I hear YouTube found a beat, now song. And see, you can go to her for the latest news. Like who told on who and who gave who the blues. Can't forget Queen Lotus, that's 126. Shorty smart as hell, gon' have you thinking about shit. Now let's get on the BZ on the down south shit. Shorty real as hell, she gon' tell you about the shit. And she dropping videos, go subscribe to her shit. Sparks got the visuals of 99%. Made media out west, he a film mode nigga. Get that nigga, bring a chick, I bet she feeling on that nigga. And shout out Savage Black, we gon' party on them niggas. Can't forget Nene, she catch bodies in the chat. It's that page fake of real shit, shorty gon' check. She gon' come back to the chat, wipe his nosy out the chat. Can't forget Uncle Swipe, Mr. Miyagi to you niggas. You can call him Swiper Jordan or whatever, say you nigga. And to the ones that left, we ain't worried about shit. But make sure you like the video before you dip. Real Mod Squad shit, yeah. Real Mod Squad shit, yeah. Real Mod Squad shit, yeah. Make sure you like the video before you dip. Real Mod Squad shit, yeah. Real Mod Squad shit, yeah. Real Mod Squad shit, yeah. Make sure you like the video before you dip.
All right, I'm back, y'all. I'm still rolling up. But get in the comments. What's up? What's up? What we watching tonight? What's on the menu, man? What's on the menu? They say Butter going live soon, man, to check Mikey Dollars, man, about that shit. Reese in the comments right now lurking. Nah, I love Lil Reese, man. I ain't got nothing bad to say about him, man. I just stay away from them hoes, man. Like, you got to stay away from them, bro. Even if you got to get you a girl just to, nah, you don't want them just come over and leave, because now they gon', oh, Lil Reese famous. Let's put a lawsuit on him. Lil Reese just need to chill. Tay Savage is free, man. Tay Savage is a free man. He a free man, man. All he got to do is continue to move right or whatever, man. Or I'll go out of town if I was them. I wouldn't keep on playing Chicago. Like, I'll stay out of town somewhere. For real. You ain't gonna get killed out of town. You gonna get killed in your city. If you see your ops out of town, you got a better chance of survival, man, than them catch you in your city, bro. I hope Tay Savage know that. If I was Tay, I'd stay out of town, bro. Like for real. Cause ain't nobody pushing peace with him when they catch him. Ain't no pushing peace with him. We all know this shit. He know that. Them people on the low end ain't trying to hear that shit. The family members, you know. Especially after he came out and bragged about it like he's bragging shit. I move. But you know they ain't gonna move, man. They got to show who the toughest in Chicago, and that's how they end up on Trenches News. That's how they end up on Trenches News, man. Because they don't want to move. They go out of town for 2 days and show some money in California and some trees, come back and get killed. It's been a crazy day. Diddy trial, Lil Reese beating a woman, Tay Savage free. Lil Reese live in Houston. Yeah, I be seeing him in Houston and California. But what I'm trying to say is he in the wrong towns to be touching on women and shit. Not saying that it's a right town to be touching on women. But they not playing that shit in Houston or California, bro. They worse. Everywhere ain't like Chicago, bro. Chicago, they don't care about the kids or the women or the elderly. They don't care about nobody. It's a money thing with Chicago. On everything, bro. They criminals. The justice system criminals. They not criminals as well. They got money, so they willing to sentence your ass. Lil Reese just got out of a case that could have landed him in jail for at least 30 years. And on the registry list. I stay away from them females, bro. Like I mean that shit when I say that to Lil Reese. He crazy. Yeah, Tay Savage free, man. Tay Savage free. Hey, he talk about keep Tay Savage. We want butter. Yeah, butter is funny, right? Butter be lying right now on the interview. He'll be on somebody interview lying about some shit right now if he was out. Hey, y'all, we go pay some respects to Rich Hobie Quan real quick, man. We gonna pay some respect to Hobie Quan, y'all. Come on, man. Rich Homie Quan funeral was today, I guess. And it's about to pop up. Y'all see in 1 minute.
Prepare anything to say to my brother in a casket, so I'm just gonna go. I lost my dad in 21, so to lose my brother in 24 is just, like it's the hole is deeper. So to keep going forward for the kids and myself, I ain't gonna say it's gonna be easy, but I don't know how to fail. I wasn't raised on failure. I wasn't raised on quitting. My mama showed me how to love. My daddy taught me strict behavior and taught me how to get up when I fall. And Corey taught me the same things. And he also taught us how to hustle. So if we don't know how to do nothing else, we know how to keep going. You feel me? So it's hard. And we never had these discussions. Like me and Quan would talk about everything. We never planned on talking about planning our funerals for each other. So like this is still unbelievable. I feel like flies. I can't. I don't want to accept it, but I have to. I don't know. My brother, he hurt me with this. He hurt me, man. But to see him grow and to know like we started this from a karaoke machine. Like my brother made his own beats. He recorded himself. He learned how to do all that with no school. Like I would be outside playing sports and he'd be in the house on the computer. Like, it's just what he was. He perfected his craft, and I stood there and I watched him grow every day, every night. I traveled with him everywhere. He took us from around 285 to flights to Dubai. In 2014, I traveled the world with a passport. Like, since I was a child, my mama always made me walk to the bathroom with my brother, and he was the oldest. I could be mid-bite. Like, get up, you better go follow him to that bathroom, So I was always his protector, even though he was the oldest, I always walked through them doors first. And he has now opened up doors for this family, for us to continue and be better than what we were yesterday. So I want to applaud him and tell him that I appreciate him from taking me from 285, Old National, to the East Side, to endless flights, from instant oatmeal and cereal to continental breakfast. And from continental breakfast to personal chefs. You know what I'm saying? Like we went from apartments, sometimes no hot water, man. Like we didn't stop.
Rest.
I love you, man.
Rest in peace, rich homie, man. Rest in peace, rich homie, man. Damn, they say they looking for Lil Woody now, man. What Lil Woody do? They gonna hit Lil Woody across his head. I told him, I knew it.
Detective Williams had rented a Corvette before he rented the Gray Infinity.
No, ma'am.
Oh, no. They talking about the arrest warrant for the murder of Big Nut, I think. Yeah, that's some other shit. Tay Savage is home, man. Tay Savage is home, man. He home. Chicago news real quick. We got to scan through Chicago news. It's a must.
Just behind me is the house where the shooting happened. We saw Chicago police officers going in and out all morning. They tell us they have a person of interest in the case. In fact, here is that moment. You can see two officers leading this man away in handcuffs. It appears he is the person of interest police say they're now talking to. As for the deadly shooting, it happened around 4:30 this morning near 102nd and Aberdeen in the Washington Heights neighborhood. Police say the victim, a 37-year-old woman, was inside a home when someone fired a gunshot from outside. The woman was hit in the chest and rushed to Christ Hospital, where she died. We spoke to some neighbors in the area. They tell us it's like a community out here. People look out for each other, and they are shocked something like this happened.
Very, very. You don't expect to see it, but when you do, it's always
Nigga shooting.
Yeah, guys, we spoke to a woman last night who was there at the time of the shooting. She says that girl still in the hospital tonight with a bullet lodged in her back.
Not the intended victims. The business shut down today. 3 bullet holes left in the windows, evidence of the violence that took place outside a Zumba studio Monday night.
Shots rang out, and they're so close, all I could do is duck.
Edgar Brown lives in the same building as the studio. He says he heard at least 10 gunshots.
I looked out and I saw a cop chase a car.
Hey, Bob Barker, man, just chill out, bro. Damn, you keep on arguing, bro, like you want to get blocked, bro. Just chill the fuck out, bro. Why you study arguing, bro?
Her friend's daughter. She says the group of 20 or so people had just finished the class and were getting ready to take a picture together when the chaos erupted. Police say it was roughly 8:30 in the evening when the initial call came in.
We're now getting a call from a person shot 1500 West 51st Street. Says 3 people are hurt. It's still coming up with details to follow.
The Zumba instructor visiting the studio today, too shaken to speak with us. Their daily fitness routine interrupted by a barrage of bullets.
We need more police to be able to patrol. These kids, it's a school right here. These kids that walk right here, these are good people.
We can also tell you tonight, none of the injuries to the 4 people, including that 13-year-old girl, are believed to be life-threatening. Meanwhile, police...
Bando got a song out. Bando KD got a song out called The One. Yeah, you is the one. The one that killed and shot that little girl, motherfucker. Oh, damn, what is this, froze? The fuck on, you little fucking annoying fly. Hold on, I'm trying to find something. Yeah, I think Jay-Z, man, he better run, better run. Oh yeah, Hassan Campbell. I forgot about Hassan Campbell too. He gonna be here witness on the for stamp too. What is this? Nah, that's 23 fucking hours ago. That's fucked up, man. He had his kids participating in that shit, man. He ain't even blanket the kids and say, nah, bro, I don't even want y'all at these parties. He fuck it, y'all grown. Might as well go ahead and throw y'all fucking life away with mine. See what TMZ time about.
What if God made me this way? What way? A sinner.
FX. It's American Sports Story. Aaron Hernandez premieres tonight at 10 on FX. Stream on Hulu.
Hey, Nene, you watching that?
Indictment has now come down against Sean Diddy Combs, and there is absolutely no doubt prosecutors have thrown the book at him. Among other things, he has been charged with racketeering, kidnapping, and sex trafficking. This is all based on a grand jury indictment where prosecutors went to the grand jury over a period of months. Now, there is a long list here. He's charged with prostitution, coercion, enticing to engage in prostitution, narcotics offenses, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and obstruction of justice. The complaint, the indictment, mentions the now notorious freak-off parties, calling them, and this is the words from the indictment, elaborate and produced sex performances that Combs arranged, directed, masturbated during, and often electronically recorded. It talks about luring women, Combs luring women into his orbit under the pretense of a romantic relationship, and then using force, threats of force, and coercion to cause these victims to engage in extended sex acts with male commercial sex workers. There is more. After these freak-offs, the indictment says that Combs and the victims actually received.
Combs abused, threatened, and coerced victims to fulfill his sexual desires. The freak-offs sometimes lasted days at a time, involved multiple commercial sex workers, and often involved a variety of narcotics.
Mr. Combs is a fighter. He's going to fight this to the end. He's innocent.
Sean Diddy Combs is in jail awaiting trial in a federal sex trafficking case. Combs' lawyer maintains his client is innocent after federal prosecutors laid out their evidence today in a bombshell indictment. Welcome, everyone, to the Fox 11 News at 5 o'clock. Simulcast on our sister station, Fox 11 Plus. I'm Marla Tejas. Alex Michelson is on assignment.
And I'm Christine Devine. The indictment comes roughly 6 months after Combs' Holmby Hills mansion was raided. Story we broke here on Fox 11. Now Combs has pleaded not guilty to racketeering and sex trafficking charges. Could mean decades in prison. A judge then denied bail, claiming he could be a flight risk, even if the bail was set at a very high amount. The amount of money that Mr. Combs has could allow him to catch a flight out of the country, so they denied bail. So the mogul will stay in jail until trial in the federal case. The charges against Diddy held coerced sexual performances dubbed freak-offs, and accusations of shocking acts of violence to keep victims in line.
Fox 11's Matthew Seedorf looking into the court documents, now hearing from Diddy's attorney. He's live right outside Combs' mansion in Holmby Hills. Matthew?
Well, Marla, Christine, ever since that raid about 6 months ago, many people have been wondering if and when this day could happen, but now we're learning exact charges are. Sean Diddy Combs in federal court for the first time, pleading not guilty to sex trafficking, racketeering, and transportation to engage in prostitution charges.
His spirits are good. He's confident. He is dealing with this head on.
The music mogul's attorney Tuesday claiming the 54-year-old is innocent.
We made the points that we've been wanting to make. I think he came out. Mr. Combs is a fighter. He's going to fight this to the end. He's innocent.
He recovered 3 AR-15s.
Federal prosecutors now unsealing a 14-page indictment revealing the deeply disturbing allegations.
Kidnapping, narcotics offenses, arson, bribery, drug charges.
Diddy accused of hosting hours and days-long sex acts he called freak-offs, where he allegedly abused, threatened, and coerced women and others around him to fulfill his sexual desires, protect his reputation, and conceal his conduct from 2008 to now.
Combs allegedly planned and controlled the sex performances, which he called freak-offs. And he often electronically recorded them, and often involved a variety of narcotics, such as ketamine, ecstasy, and GHB.
They made it very clear that they have some of the tapes of these freak-offs. I think the prosecution is prepared to prove a lot of these allegations.
In March, Fox 11 broke the story that federal authorities raided Combs' Holmby Hills home for the criminal investigation. Court documents now reveal authorities located AR-15s, narcotics, and more than 1,000 bottles of baby oil lubricant in those raids.
This is all pre-planned, premeditated, and well executed for a long time. And now these victims are coming forward.
Moses Castillo, a retired LAPD detective.
My concern is the victims moving forward. They're going to need a lot of support.
Yeah, Diddy fucked, man. That nigga Diddy had Johnson & Johnson. I ain't never seen before, y'all. What the orange bottle of Johnson & Johnson? Hey, somebody Google that. Orange top Johnson & Johnson. What's the difference, y'all? That nigga got 5 different bottles with different top colors on that motherfucker. He a freak.
Federal indictment that led to the overnight arrest of rap mogul Sean P. Diddy Combs has been unsealed, and it contains a litany of vile and disgusting allegations. For months, Diddy's been under investigation after multiple lawsuits, including one from his ex-girlfriend, who accused him of sexual abuse and sex trafficking. The rapper has pled not guilty, so he'll be staying behind bars.
No bail. Music mogul Sean Diddy Combs is behind bars tonight, charged with sex trafficking and racketeering. A judge turned down a $50 million bail package, citing possible violence and coercion of witnesses. The 14-page indictment alleges in graphic detail that the 54-year-old rapper hosted elaborate of women were drugged and coerced into taking part under threat that their careers would be destroyed if they refused. Some of the freak-offs were also videotaped.
Combs used force, threats of force, and coercion to cause victims to engage in extended sexual performances with male commercial sex workers, some of whom he transported or caused to be transported.
Say Diddy gave
the indictment reveals that when agents raided Combs' homes in Los Angeles and Miami last March, they found 1,000 bottles of baby oil, lubricant, and videos of sex parties. His defense attorney says Combs is not guilty.
Mr. Combs is a fighter. He's going to fight this to the end. He's innocent.
The indictment references this surveillance video from the LA hotel in which he for allegedly sexually abusing her. The lawsuit was settled by Diddy in just 1 day for an undisclosed amount of money.
Hey, when Diddy had gave her that money, I said they coming. They coming. And the lawyer's trying to argue that she signed the agreement that she won't bring it up. Well, she got to answer that question, man. They brought in Homeland Security, bro.
After the video came to light, Diddy recorded this apology video.
But I make no excuses. My behavior on that video is inexcusable.
Attorney Lisa Bloom represents Don Richard, who filed a similar lawsuit against him. She spoke with our Lisa Guerrero.
What is so shocking about what's in the indictment are these freak-offs, these parties that he would throw where these women would be abused and forced to have sex with commercial sex workers. Was Dawn a part of that?
Not only was she personally physically abused and sexually abused by Sean Combs, but she witnessed him doing it to others. And sometimes she tried to intervene.
Diddy denies her allegations. He was seen sunbathing in Central Park Sunday. His lawyer says he flew to New York knowing he was about to be arrested. He surrendered to Homeland Security agents in the lobby of the Park Hyatt Hotel where he was staying.
Diddy got the city.
Just a year ago, Diddy was given the key to the city of New York. Today, he faces being locked away for life if convicted.
For the record, the mayor of New York City requested that key be returned, which it was on June 10th.
Ain't that some shit? Let's find out why he may never see the light of day again.
Now at 5:30, our coverage continues on the charges brought against Sean Diddy Combs. He entered a not guilty plea in federal court today. He is currently being held without bail.
Joining us to talk about the case is attorney Manny Medrano with the Ramon Law Firm. Manny, thank you very much for joining us.
My pleasure. Thank you.
All right, so he's been under federal investigation for at least 6 months. Are you surprised it took this long to file these charges?
I am not surprised at all. This is a major indictment by one of the leading prosecutorial offices in the United States, and that's the U.S. Attorney's Office out of New York City. Because what happens, it's very common to have a series of civil lawsuits filed against the target, which is exactly what happened here. You know that there's a chock full of civil lawsuits filed by many of the victims in this case, and it was just a question of time for the indictment to come down. It finally did. It was unsealed. The defendant is in custody with no bail. And I just have to tell, if convicted, he's probably never going to see the light of day again, because if you get up to life in prison for these very serious charges.
Manny, we all know you worked as a federal prosecutor. As you look at this now, is there anything different or special or unique about this case?
Well, special and unique. Colleen, let me answer that this way, okay? Because the U.S. Attorney's offices generally, as you know, I was a U.S. attorney here in L.A., you don't indict cases if you don't feel you have a very, very strong case. And here, clearly, the prosecutors in New York feel that they have more than ample evidence to potentially convict the defendant and send him to prison for the rest of the life. You know, the core of the charges are salacious and incredibly serious. Freakouts is what they would call them, where Combs would lure women under the pretense of romantic relationships, ply them with alcohol and liquor, and then force them to have sexual encounters with paid male prostitutes in the New York area and other areas. So the allegations are unbelievably serious, which is why you had the feds get involved. So at the end of the day, Colleen and Danielle, things look absolutely terrible.
Oh yeah, he a freak. He a freak, man. Diddy ass a freak, man. He watching another nigga hit his girl, bro. Like, you crazy in the motherfucker, man. Well, why is he dragging it? Man, no, man. Lock his ass up, man. On everything. Lock him up. Get Trenches News all this money so I could help the trenches, man. Build some trade schools and shit.
His ex-girlfriend reached a settlement in November that included an NDA. Will this impact her ability to testify in the case?
It will not, because if you're ordered by a judge, let me start that over. If you receive a subpoena to testify, you have to show up to court. You have to tell the truth. Because that's your obligation pursuant to subpoena. So now, any non-disclosure agreement as a part of a settlement in a civil case would not preclude that witness to testify against the defendant here. And also, let me just say this, it's extraordinary, but I'm not surprised at all that the federal judge denied bail for Combs. His defense lawyer offered up $50 million. Let me say that again. They offered $50 million bail, and the judge said, that ain't going to happen because I'm concerned about your history of anger and the fact that you are immensely rich and can flee the jurisdiction. So no bail for this defendant.
Manny, his attorneys are scheduled to argue that in court tomorrow, appeal for bail. What could be their argument at this point? I mean, beyond $50 million.
Well, you can always appeal an initial judge's order, Colleen, denying bail, but I've handled these bail review arguments, and if the prosecution succeeded at this initial level, the defense now has to provide potentially other evidence that would militate in favor of bail. But it really works against the defendant that he is so immensely affluent and rich. But frankly, what is also very disconcerting to the judge who denied bail today is his history of anger issues. Let me remind you of that. Remember, there's this 2016 video, LA hotel, where you see Combs just horribly manhandling a woman who had refused to participate in one of those freak-offs. So, yeah, the judge is very concerned about these anger issues. So I'm not surprised at all that there was no bail allowed for Combs.
All right, Manny Medrano, as always, thanks for your time.
Thank you both.
Yeah, Buffy fucked, man. He fucked, man. And it's a RICO. So they could pick up his kids at any time. They could pick up anybody who was participating in this shit overnight. Right now, they could be doing raids. Yeah, he fucked, man. Let me see what what's the name at. I bet you he had, he ain't doing nothing right now.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. But have you been hearing any news about him getting indicted? Or no?
No, one of my friends who was actually
That nigga, this from a month ago right here. Y'all cool? This from a month ago.
Oh man, yeah, that's crazy, man. But have you been hearing any news about him getting indicted or no?
No, one of my friends who was actually in the studio with him said that Homeland Security brought him in.
Street code.
And this dude is he's a fraternity brother of mine, but he's also a producer, an engineer. And he was in the studio the night one of the girls made a complaint, the night something happened to one of the girls. And he told the lawyer everything that the girl told him, which was crazy. And Homeland Security brought him in. So he told them they wouldn't let him know what they were doing, but it seemed like that something might happen before Labor Day.
Wow, before Labor Day?
Yeah. They working hard on this, bro. They working hard. You got to realize.
Hey, that's crazy. This from a month ago. He said before Labor Day that Diddy will be arrested, bro. It say Diddy will be arrested before September. He arrested September the 17th, the 16th. He wasn't far off.
They working with a lot of stuff. They working with the taxes. They got lawyers for the taxes. They got lawyers for the complaints for the what you call that? Sexual assault complaints. They got lawyers for
Jay try to get his ass up out of there, man. I'm telling you, bro, Jay gonna get charged if he don't cooperate.
They got different lawyers working on all those things, bro.
Hey, Jay ain't going on that stand, bro. Jay ain't going on that stand, bro. He was his bodyguard, bro. He done been to the stores with the butt plugs all on YouTube telling the story. He going on the stand, bro. Gene is going up there, bro. On everything. Hey, look, by force. This Homeland Security we talking about. He said he seen him and Ja Rule in there getting it on, and he was outside the door. Why Puffy and Ja Rule was, what I think about you? Take that, take that, take that. All you heard was clapping. Ja Rule and him. He said it.
And they got witnesses.
If you don't mind me asking, what was the girl saying to the lawyers?
Oh, the girl has said that that same shit that happened to little Chris, he gave him a bottle of champagne or wine or whatever like that. And once she drank it, she became a certain way.
Yeah, he guarded the freak off.
Found herself giving him a fellatio in the studio in front of people. The dude said he walked out because he was appalled. He had just had a daughter. So he walked out. So he was appalled. That's what he told me. So I'm like, damn, team. He said, yeah. So the same thing that she told her lawyer, he told the lawyer and Homeland Security. And he was actually there, graduate, a college graduate. You understand? Working, good dude, perfect witness. He told, the engineer told Homeland Security and her lawyer the same exact thing she told them. He said he was appalled at what he saw and walked out. So they got witnesses. They got witnesses, bro. They have people want to make up stuff, but they got people who was there that was witness and speaking about it. See, people get mad because I'm saying it first. They hearing it from me.
He's on point.
But I could care less how somebody else feel or think.
Nah, bro. Nah, Gene Deal. We ain't bash you, brother. All we saying is Puffy been doing this shit for 20, 30 years now, bro. You been his security guard, bro. So you got to take the wins with the losses. You was happy to work for him. You was celebrating when you was with them in California with Biggie and them and all that shit. Now you got to take the hit with them, bro. You watched the freak offs. You guarded all the freak offs. You been guarding them since Usher. You was standing on the guard though when Usher got hurt. You know what I'm talking about? Like you in the mix, bro. On some real shit. Just like them people with R. Kelly, all them security guards with R. Kelly used to drive R. Kelly up to the school because R. Kelly ain't pulling up by himself. The security guards the ones who getting out and handing the girls the numbers and shit. So why ain't they in jail? You know what I'm saying? Like, why ain't they locked up?
I'm not here to praise Diddy. No, I'm not. Like Brutus told the sentence, I'm here to bury him. He did enough wrong for people around us, two people around us. He did enough wrong to their mother. He did enough wrong to them. He need to pay the piper. I don't care what nobody say. You can feel whatever you want to feel.
Hey, there you go, Gene Deal. I agree with you. He need to pay the piper. But Gene Deal, we need to know this right now before the lawyers and everything let out everything, man. Meek Mill, we need to know if we need to know what did you see with Meek Mill. We need to know if Jay-Z was in them rooms with Beyonce. We need to know, did he kill had something to do with Pac now. We need to know, we can know the truth now. You ain't got to worry about no killers. Puffy is in jail. They finna freeze all his money. His kids' money finna be froze, all type of shit, bro. Like they finna freeze people. They finna be starving. If they ain't got no money put up they self, they ass finna be starving. I'm telling you. Y'all seen how they did Young Thug and them sister. Look, they froze their link cards. Young Thug and them sister state government check. They froze all that shit, bro. They ain't playing.
You could call Gene Deal whatever you want to call Gene Deal. You can say whatever you want to say. But I came here November the 18th, 2018, and I told y'all from Jump Street, I didn't know I was going to get a platform like Art of Dialogue. I didn't know I was going to get a platform like MREC, different people who helped me build this up. Did I have my own show? Everybody want to come here and think that I just talk about Diddy. You come to the Gene Deal show, you see a different things. I talk about everything. But when I'm come to do an interview, I answer the questions. And my thing of it right here is this, is that I'm not here to praise somebody. A real man don't hold or bite his tongue for nobody when injustice has been done to people, first of all, that he got love for. And second of all, for when somebody know.
Hey, y'all. Hey, keep it real, y'all. Hey, Gene Deal really pissed that Diddy played him, ain't he? He really did. He really pissed that Puffy wasn't paying him how he thought he was supposed to get paid. It's something in that shit, man. On everything, bro. Like, well, I can't be around that shit, bro. I don't like nobody. Like, I know some people who pimp, but I don't like that shit, bro. Like, I don't like that around me, bro. Like, a dude brought a girl around us, bro, and treated the 3 girls like shit, bro. Like, y'all can't eat right now. Put the food down. You know, just try to show the people on the block that he a pimp. You know, like I ain't with that shit, bro. Like, get your ass on, dude. For real. You know, like, I got sisters. So I got a mother. I got grandmas, aunties, and shit like that, bro. I wouldn't want nobody to do that shit to them, bro.
That somebody is wrong. I've been saying the same shit since 97, Mighty. I was the one in there holding Big's mom's hand while she crying. These people come over here, I initiated a lot of this stuff for these YouTubers to go to their platforms and talk about stuff, because they sit around and talk about stuff that I didn't say, that they didn't heard on the Art of Dialogue.
No, actually, bro. Gene Deal. Jaguar Wright been putting Diddy them out there, bro. She been putting Diddy them out there. I don't know what you talking about, bro. You say 2018, Jaguar Wright been said that shit on everything. So you out the race on that one.
You done birthed a lot of these fucking content creators.
Yeah, I mean, you're right about that. I mean, a lot of platforms, did start talking about it after, we've been talking about it for years. So, yeah, you're right about that.
And they were scared at first, Mighty. They were scared to say anything.
But my thing is this, right? With all the money and fame that Diddy has,
yeah, he mad about something, bro.
Why is he out here drugging females to get fellatio? You would think, him being who he is, he don't got to do that.
Bruh, he's a different dude from when I was around them and people was like Suge even said that Puff is different now. You understand? When he went to California, man, that's a whole nother stuff, man. Dudes in New York wouldn't even, he probably was doing a little of that stuff right there in New York around people and things like that, but he knew who to do that around. You understand what I'm saying? He knew who to do shit like that around. And when you don't have no conversation, he said it before, he don't know how to talk to women. He don't have no conversation for Jennifer Lopez. I seen him,
Hey man, Jaguar Wright, man, been around just as long too, bro. Go and check out the motherfucking Unplugged with Jay-Z. She singing motherfucking, I can't see it coming down my eyes, but I gotta make the song cry. Go and check out, bro. She been around just as long as Gene Deal, bro. I was waiting on somebody to say that shit. She been around too. Go and check it out. That's 2002, bro. Song cry on everything. Unplugged. Go and check it out.
I was there when they had conversations. She would say some fly shit to him. You know what the perfect day would be with me and you just sitting out here, you know, eating, just sitting out here, having a light lunch, drinking some wine, and just talking and talking and talking. She would say stuff like that to him. You know what I'm saying? And this nigga be looking like he's stuck on stupid. So I've seen him have conversations. He would say to Wolf and them, yo, man, I don't know how to talk to girls. But when you got that kind of money, you shouldn't have to know how to talk to girls. Or read a book and learn how to talk to them.
I don't know, man. I just think I just think, man, like I just think some bullshit, man. Hold on, man. Hold on, bro. Yeah, Diddy going down, man. He done blew up a car one more time.
Without
We're gonna
investment,
watch the Art of the
life-changing
We're
medical
gonna watch the Art of
breakthroughs slow down.
the guy who killed the Bloodhound Lil Jeff in self-defense. I don't know why he running around and ain't glad that he still got his life, even though he killed him. You know, we're gonna watch that look hard to see what they talking about, man, because I know that y'all, you know, some of y'all like to keep up with that. And so, you know, I gotta feed the audience, but you know, we finna watch this because Choke the Joke reveals that Diddy ordered a hit on Biggie and Tupac. Biggie was robbing Diddy. All right, so I just want to see this, man, since we on Diddy.
These banking markets and services businesses deliver global financial solutions that help a client like Amgen innovate without delay. Citi.
But Big is writing all Junior Mafia, Lil Kim, everything, but he telling Puff, they writing their own because he's in the publishing deal with Diddy, right?
Okay.
This is what I think ultimately why Big got killed, because he was robbing Puff.
So does that clear Diddy's involvement with it?
No, allegedly. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Could you kind of put that on? It seemed like you angled it like Reggie as an orchestrator, but where does Diddy fit in that equation then? Because people are trying to assume that he is connected to Tupac's assassination.
All right. First and foremost, let me say my points and views are speculation, right? This is just all through research. And my points and views is not the points and views of Comedy Hype, all right? First and foremost, let me say that, right? So, Reggie, I believe, is involved because let's take it back to Diddy, right?
Mm-hmm.
More recently, there's a rapper or a former rapper, I don't even know if he's a rapper anymore, but a guy named Little Sean did an interview recently, and that brought up more of Diddy's involvement to me, right?
Okay.
The Quad Studios session, right? Where Tupac got shot, right? I believe that that's where the ultimate ending in Vegas, I think that this is the origin.
Connected.
Yes.
Okay.
Right? Why I say that is this, right? I watched this interview with Lil Sean more recently, and when he talked about it, the quad shooting, this time he left blanks. He didn't want to mention Diddy name, and he didn't want to mention Jimmy Henchman name, right? Which was odd to me because when he left those blanks, I went and did research, and I went through all his interviews. I found his original interview with Combat Jack, where he names everybody, right? And the more recent one, he's just talking about, I got too much respect for these dudes. I don't want to mention their names. They my big brothers. I'm like, damn, who he talking about? So I go research, boom, find the Combat Jack joint. He giving all up, right? The blanks that was missing was Diddy and Jimmy Henchman, right? So now here's what happens. If you go look at the Vibe interview with Diddy, or MTV interview, sorry, with Biggie and Puff sitting on the couch. You know that one, right?
Okay, yeah.
They are questioned about the shooting at Quad Studios, right? So what happens is this. Pac isn't doing bad at the time, right? He's famous, but financially he's hurting, right? They all know this. So Jimmy Henchman was trying to manage Pac. Pac wasn't like, nah, nigga, nah, I'm not letting you manage me. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that began the little friction, allegedly, right? He wouldn't let him manage him. Pac is in New York shooting above the rim, right? He's now hanging out with Haitian Jack, right? For whatever reason, they got close to him, and Pac is, finally financially messed up. Jack is taking him shopping, buying the Rolex, they getting in with him. They see his potential, and so you know how they do. It's like the hustlers that take care of the kid that know how to play basketball in the hood. Hopefully you go to NBA, I'm good, right? So Jack is looking out for Pac. Big knows Haitian Jack, you know what I'm saying? All of them, they know Haitian Jack and they know his reputation. Big go and tell Pac, yo, you don't be hanging with these niggas. These niggas ain't right. Like, you know what I'm saying? Pac go back and tell Haitian Jack what Big said, and Big gets robbed. Fast forward, Jimmy Henchman has an argument for whatever reason with Pac on the phone, right? Now, Lanson Rivera tells this story, and they on the phone, they say Pac arguing with a dude because Jimmy wanted Pac to do a verse for Lil Sean. Pac said, yo, I'll do it for 7 bands, right? So he go to Ron G house, he do Ron G mixtape for free, but he charging these dudes, right? So Jimmy Henchman calls Pac, or one of his boys called Pac, whoever, to set up the session, right? Now, this falls on the tail of the rape case.
Okay.
Right? Lil Sean, Jack, and Pac hang out, right?
Okay.
Now, Lil Sean said when he met Pac, they never even had no conversation. They rode in the car together. They went to a spot, Nels or whatever. They hung out, whatever, right? That's where Pac, that's where he met the girl, Ayanna Jackson, or whatever, right? But Lil Sean is saying that him and Pac never had no friction, no interaction yet. They never had no interaction for them to be doing no song, and they don't even make the same type of music for him to be doing the song with him, right? So Lil Sean, so Jimmy and Pac have this phone call where they threatening each other. Yo, nigga, I'll kill you, according to Un, right? So when Pac get off the phone, they ask Pac, yo, who you was talking to like that? And he was like, some nigga named Jimmy Henchman. And they like, Jimmy Henchman, nigga, you crazy? Like, yo, Jimmy Henchman, like, yo, that dude to kill you. You like, yo, we gotta get guns, like, right? So this is all according to Un, right? So now Pac and them go to the studio. Like, well, he said, Pac, like, yo, so what, we need guns or whatever? Like, yeah, nigga, we need guns, whatever. So Jimmy called and like, yo, I got your money, whatever, show up to the studio, allegedly, right? So when Pac is coming to the studio, right? Now here's where Puff comes in at, right? Pac is coming to the studio. While Pac is coming to the studio, Puff finds out that Biggie and them is having a session, a Junior Mafia session.
Okay.
Now, allegedly, Puff don't know about this session, and remember, Biggie is screwing Puff over because he got a publishing deal with Diddy, right?
Okay.
But Big is writing all Junior Mafia, Lil Kim, everything, but he telling Puff they writing their own because he's in the publishing deal with Diddy, right?
Okay.
This is what I think ultimately why Big got killed, because he was robbing Puff, right? We'll get to that, right? So when Pac is coming to the studio to do the verse for Little Sean, when he see Little C's on the balcony, he like, yo, Pac, what up? He's assuming that Big and them is upstairs in the session that he's going to do the verse.
Right.
Right? This is why he blamed Big in them in the beginning. Right? So when he comes around the corner, you know, the dudes who we know who they are now, they in front of the quad, hats low, whatever. Pac and them go in, right? When they go in, the whole robbery happened. I ain't got to recap that whole thing, right? But after the shooting and everything, Pac and them get on the elevator. When they go upstairs, they don't go to Big session, right? Now, what people don't know is Puff didn't know about Big session. Somebody called him and told him that they was up there, right? Now, Jimmy Henchman's upstairs waiting for Pac to come up. Them niggas was just beefing. Nigga, I can't, right? Puff is upstairs with Jimmy Henchman.
You've been accused of plagiarizing your master's thesis. You tell the truth. You can have this.
Henchman. Right? Getting ready to bust it. That can happen. The altercation with Pac happens downstairs.
Right.
So when Pac get on the elevator and the elevator open, Puff is in there with Jimmy. Not only is Puff in there with Jimmy, Andre Harrell's in there because Pac, Andre Harrell been taking Pac out, to lunch and stuff and dinner and stuff, trying to get ready to give him a job on New York Undercover because they telling Andre that Pac is hurting for money. So he like, yo, I'm gonna give you a recurring role. So he's there to meet Pac to talk to him about the New York Undercover. While Puff is there, I don't know, right? While Jimmy is there, we already know they was just beefing, right? So Pac come in, he shot, right? When he go to sit down and shit, he can stand back up because he shot himself in the nuts, right? So he like looking around, what's going on? Right, so they call the police. He tells man, roll him out, this, that, and the other. When the ambulance come, he getting off the elevator. Now, in Combat Jack's interview, with Little Sean, he says Pac and Jimmy both standing right there at the elevator. Like Pac is on, he's on the other side. Oh no, fuck is going on? And Jimmy like, yo, come here, nigga. Let me talk to you. Let me talk to you. Elevator closed. Douche. That's the last time they seen each other, right? This is why Pac starts going at Bad Boy. Puff, you was there with this nigga Jimmy Henchman. I was just beefing with this nigga. I just got shot up.
Right.
You here with this nigga. Big, you supposed to be my man. He thinking Big and them was all together. No, Puff was getting ready to run down on Big ass. He got the muscle with him. You get what I'm saying? He couldn't run up in Big session with Un in there. You know what I'm saying? And Un and them was already had problems with Haitian Jack, right? Allegedly, right? If you listen to his interview, tell me they banged out before, right? So, and remember, they robbed Biggie for telling Pac, don't fucking, don't hang with them niggas. So, being at the whole shooting, or if you go back and you watch the video of them coming out of quad, Pac comes out with Jimmy Henchman. I mean, not Pac, excuse me. Puff come out with Jimmy Henchman. Big and them come out like 5 minutes later. They wasn't even in there together. They wasn't in the same studio.
Got you.
But if you look at it on TV, they make it look like Puff walked out and then they clip in and Big come walking out behind Puff. Big ain't even know Puff was upstairs. So moving forward, right? The beef is lit. Now Jimmy Henchman and Suge already had beef. Now, this is, remember, Pac ain't even on death row yet.
Right.
And Suge already got beef with Jimmy Henchman before from some Miami shit, right? That happened with Luke back in the day, right? Now, Pac got beef with Jimmy Henchman, then the whole shit go, the trial go, he shot up the next day, he go to court and shit, found guilty.
Right.
He go to jail. Left with seeing Jimmy and Puff.
And then Big, potentially too.
Right. Now, Big's still in the dark a little bit at some point, right? Because he got to figure out what the fuck Puff was doing upstairs. You know what I'm saying? Now, he went and got his old deal, right? Now, here's the other thing, right? Keep that in mind, right? Now, we got Pac go to jail, Pac come home, he go to death row. Jimmy tell the nigga, yo, nigga, he tell Stretch to tell Pac, nigga, you don't want to go with me, go to war with me. You got to get your money right. That's why you hear Pac say on Against All Odds, you told me don't go to war until I get my money right. I got my money right, right? So now Pac is over there with Suge, and they both got a problem with who? Jimmy and Puff, or Diddy, right? Now they see each other, Soul Train Award, all this shit going on, right? Now, on top of that, let's fast forward a little bit. Now Snoop goes and say he ain't got beef with Puff and Biggie, right? Remember, Pac seen Puff in the fucking studio where he shot in his head, shot the fuck up. He remember Puff being there with Jimmy, right? Now, Snoop, you saying you ain't got beef with these niggas? Those is your boys? Fuck you too, right?
Damn.
So how does Pac and how does Snoop move forward with Death Row under these conditions?
Without
Damn, man.
investment, life-changing medical breakthrough.
We learning something different, man. We learning something different. I think it's
Slow
almost
down.
over with though. Then we're
Cities,
gonna
banking,
watch
markets, and services
we're gonna watch Trap Rob Rodman. The guy Lil Jeff, the guy
businesses
who
deliver
Lil Jeff
global
out.
financial
Don't step
solutions
your
that
pants,
help a
though.
client like
He running
Amgen
around acting
innovate
like
without delay.
he running around acting like he didn't kill Lil Jeff, like he was hunting for him, bro. You almost lost your life. Your grandma crib got shot up, dude. Like, These dudes weird in Chicago, man. Your grandma almost crib, but your grandma could have died anybody. And he talking about he didn't kill. I like shit like this.
Right?
They just adding on what they gonna put on Puff. That's all.
Diddy starts hanging with the Southside Crips, right? The Southside Crips allegedly get offered by Diddy, right? $1 million to kill Suge and Tupac, right?
Due to the
beef, the fake East Coast West Coast beef, which is really a beef between
two labels.
No, between two niggas, Suge and Puff, Pac and Puff, Suge and Jimmy, Pac and Jimmy.
Gotcha.
Right? So Southside get offered this allegedly get offered this $1 million from Puff, right?
Right.
To kill Suge and Tupac, right? According to Keefe D, right? Now, this is where Reggie comes in, right?
Okay. And that was your way to kind of tie in Diddy. I just want to make sure that we're clear on that.
Right? So this is where Reggie ties in with Diddy, Keefe D, and all of them. I believe, personally, that Keefe D, knowing that now, in New York, after Pac and Snoop and the Angie Martinez situation happened, they fly back to California. That's the last time Pac and Snoop saw each other, right? According to Snoop, he says, yo, cuz, you going to the fight, cuz? And Pac, yo, man, get out of here. And they ain't speak no more. But now the beef is lit with them, right? We already know it was real tension between the Outlaws and Pac and Snoop and the Dogg Pound. Like, they know internally what real shit was going on between them. The world might not know it, but it was real. It was lit. So, like I said, it was no moving forward at that point. You know what I'm saying? So what I believe is, as you can see, Keefe D still have a relationship with Reggie Wright. Reggie Wright still has a relationship with Keefe D and his son, and they are Crip affiliated. Reggie's affiliated with the Great Street Crips, right? Then we got Mob James. For all y'all in the comments that goddamn saying, oh, Mob James wasn't a Crip. I know that his name is Mob. Mob is the Pyrus. Duh, I know that. I said Mob James is Crip affiliated, being that his baby mama is a Crip, his daughter is a Crip, and they live in Southside Crip neighborhood, and he isn't being able to be and grow up. He originally grew up in that area. And let him tell it, he did grow up in that area, and he got a baby mama as a Crip, and his daughter is a Crip, and so he's Crip affiliated. To make it clear for y'all, okay? Now, Mob James allegedly lived in Vegas with Keefe D for 7 years before he went back to Compton. You heard Keefe D say Mob James hangs with Keefe D's son, who's a Crip, right? So Mob James is Crip affiliated. Not only is he Crip affiliated, he hangs with Keefe D. Him and Keefe D is boys. Him and Reggie is boys. Reggie's Crip affiliated. Reggie is cool with Keefe D. We seen Reggie call Keefe D phone on YouTube on Tupac anniversary last year of his death. He got his phone number. Reggie also hooked Keefe D up to do these interviews on the internet. So they have a relationship, right? Snoop is Crip affiliate, is a Crip, right? Snoop did the Hard White compilation with the Crips who was in the car who's supposed to kill Tupac. The Hard White said he had a meeting with Big Dre himself. The same guy that was in the fucking white Cadillac, the Crip, had a meeting with Reggie to give him distribution for that same compilation album that Snoop did with the Crips that was in the car that killed Tupac, allegedly, right? Boom. So what I believe is this. Once the beef was over, once the fuse was lit with Pac and Snoop, Sharitha Knight, which is Suge Knight's ex-wife, managed Snoop, right? That's the Crip side of Death Row. The other side, I'm gonna draw it on the board for y'all in a minute, right? The other side is the blood side. Suge side, Mob, Pac rules, Pac, all those is the blood side, right? You got Death Row, right? You got Nightlife, which is the management that's ran by Sharitha. You got Death Row Records, which is the blood side that's run by Suge, right? You got Sharitha, who manages Snoop, the Crip, right? The Dog Pound, the Crips. She has the relationship with Reggie, who's the Crip affiliated. And she is also dating Kevin Gaines, who is one of the cops that had the relationship with Mac and of the Rampart cops, the LAPD, who Reggie, Right Way Security, hires the off-duty cops. Reggie, Kevin Gaines worked security for Snoop, right? That's the blue side of it, right? The red side of it is Suge being affiliated with the Mob Rules, right? Now you got Mob James, who is sitting there constantly talking about how they wanted to rob Suge. Yo, man, let's get Suge. So even though he's on the red side, Mob James,
I ain't gonna lie, man. I don't know, dude. I ain't never heard this story, but it's kind of adding up, man, to everything that I know, man. It's like everything that I know and seen since Tupac and Biggie them been killed, bro. Like I done heard the police officer who been chasing fucking Keefe D forever, the white police officer from California who got fired by the police because he was investigating. He was doing this shit in his sleep. You know, sound like he about right, man. I don't know, but one thing I can say is shout out to everybody on here tonight that's supporting Trenches News, man. We is finna watch Trap City Rob interview next, man. Shout out to all, yeah, this Jay-Z old cameraman. Hey, yeah, shout out to all y'all on here. Kenny Rogers, what's up, my boy?
Crip affiliated, right? So he goes over there with them, with Reggie, with Keefe D and them, and everybody else, because that's who he get money with in the streets, allegedly, right? And that's who he's aligned with, Reggie and all them today, right? It's fuck Suge with Mob James. My brother got killed, this, and other. Buntry, Neckbone, Henrod, Suge, Pac, all over here, right? Some way or another, most of Suge crew gets killed, Suge goes to jail, right? Now, before Suge goes to jail for the Terry thing, they send him to jail for the violation for the when Pac got killed, he got violated and went to jail, right? Now, what I believe is when Keefe D was offered the $1 million on a hit for Suge and Pac, you got Gene Deal that always said that D-Mac, the Crip, another on the Crip side, kept telling Diddy, yo, my Grape Street and my South Side Crips will handle Suge and Pac for y'all, right? Reggie's Grape Street, Keefy D is South Side, right? I believe that Keefy D went to Reggie, and being that Reggie just got fired by Tupac 10 days before, David Kenner got fired by Tupac 10 days before, Suge fired the accounting company because he found out they stole like 20, 30 million, right? So, and then Snoop, how the fuck is he moving forward with Death Row with this beef with Tupac? Were he going in the studio? No.
Right.
He going on tour with this nigga? No. They ain't doing no shows together? No. So something got to happen, right? So there's $1 million that we could get, and it's beef anyway. It's the mob against the Crips, right? Ultimately, right? We can get $1 million from this Diddy nigga and kill two birds with one stone, right? Now we know now with Reggie's response to me, what I say, he was the first suspect.
The number one suspect.
He's the number one suspect in the Biggie case, right? And Gray K then went to him and he told him Southside killed Biggie in retaliation for not getting their money for Tupac. Who the fuck? I thought Tupac got killed because he jumped on a gangbanger. So how would Reggie know that there was some money offered for Tupac, right? That goes to show that he knows that there was a hit on Tupac, right? I believe Keefy D went to them and Bob James was already saying, yo, let's get this nigga. Reggie knew that if Suge got killed, that he would run the label, right? Sharita would inherit the label.
Hey, smash that like
Sharita was
button.
cool, right?
Hey, I ain't gonna need lie, bro. Hey, that makes sense, bro. Kill two birds with one stone. If we take out Suge Knight, we gonna hide the label. Pac dead. Biggie gonna have it. Biggie gonna have the industry. Pac dead. But since they ain't give up the money, Biggie came and they was arguing with Puffy in the thing, bro. Remember Gene Deal said this. They was arguing with Puff Daddy inside the thing before Biggie got killed, bro. He was standing there with the killers. Remember he said Puffy was with the killers and try to fan them off when they was asking about the $1 million. He said Puffy told them basically like, hey, get him some bottles, man, and then walked off. But he was with the Muslim dude who they said they killed Pop. Yeah, I think Puff fuck, man. I think he gonna get wrapped up for everything, bro. Like for all this shit.
And then also, not only do Snoop got beef with Pac, Kevin Gaines, Sharita boyfriend, got beef with Suge. Why? Suge took Kevin Gaines' ass out to the desert, put him and Sharita in Las Vegas together, took him out to the desert and beat his ass and stripped him and left him out there. And then went and kicked in Sharita's door looking for him, right? So now you got Sharita that will inherit the label if Suge dies, right? You got Kevin Gaines who got his ass whipped, right? We talking motive now. Sharita, her motive would she would get rich. Kevin Gaines' motive is this nigga whipped my ass and stripped me naked in the fucking desert and left me there, right?
Suge Knight was a gangster.
Reggie will inherit the working, running the label, right? Snoop will be back in the number one spot, and he ain't got to worry about fucking Pac and the Outlaws and these niggas, right? Same thing with the Dog Pound, right? Everybody's in position at death row, right? Soon as Suge went to jail, what happened? Daz became the president or something like that. Reggie was running the label, right? what you call it, Kevin Gaines eventually got killed, right? But Suge and them was out the way. Pac was dead, right?
Snoop was doing his thing.
Right. So now here's where you see that Reggie has guilt, right?
All right.
Now that you heard Suge say you and Perez are good friends. Goddamn liar. And as Perez was trying to kill him, you gonna turn around and say, man, so what? Say what? So what? Say what? What if they was around death row? What if they was around death row? That don't mean they killers.
Without investment, life-changing medical breakthroughs
Smash that like button. I got to get up on this, dude. We got a couple more minutes, then we're going to I Trap Rob, man.
slow down. Cities, banking markets, and
Now you saying, so what if they was around death row? That don't make them killers? How the fuck would you know if they killers or not? You don't know.
Hey, Tales from the trenches. Murder ain't got no statute of limitations, man, on everything. And by being a hit, that's federal, bro. They can add anything into a RICO, bro. A RICO indictment. Anybody who's facing a RICO right now, they could come years later after you get 100 years and put more bodies on your ass and put more cases on you. On everything, bro. It says in a RICO, a continuing criminal enterprise. On everything, bro. If they found out that Puffy paid a hit, bro, it's gonna be added to his life sentence, bro. On some real shit. 2008 don't mean nothing, bro. No statute of limitations, bro. They can supersede that indictment. Thank you, man. Thank y'all.
Keep talking, you stupid ass motherfucker. Hey, pork butt, you know you done fucked up, right? So you bought the bottle of beer at 12 o'clock. So you met Greg Caden at 12:05. You know you done fucked up, right? You keep running your mouth, Reggie. You see Training Day, right? Nigga, you gonna be running down the motherfucking street like Snoop, nigga. They gonna stick that pin down your throat. I ain't do nothing. Why y'all ain't messing with me? Now, you sat there and you sit there and you try to say you don't know Kevin Gaines. You don't know Kevin Gaines. You don't know Sharitha's boyfriend. I know I don't. I tell you every time you get married. But anyway, very quick, big bro. I want to tell you, Kevin Gaines. You know, some checks or something like that. That's what this. I know you think that's all that, but you maybe just highlight it. $10,000. No. He got something where they trying to say that they got took you checks and stuff like that.
Hey, motherfuckers being straight cahoots with each other, bro.
It would have been that whole other thing. What's the other thing? Why y'all can't talk? Why she can't say what is? Would that be allegedly the hit on Tupac? Or maybe Biggie? I thought you didn't know Kevin Gaines. But you call her and ask her, Kevin Gaines, you ever paid them with a check from Death Row? They saying they got a check for $10,000. Oh, Reggie, I'm scandalous, but I ain't that scandalous, Reggie. You think I'll bring him around? Why would I write him a check if I ain't even bring him around?
Lil Mike still
Reggie, you
alive,
should
man.
get
So
on that
that's
nigga.
all
You
we
get ready to
know.
go
He's
to
still
jail.
alive, bro. To answer your question, back to the story.
What did you do, brother? What you talking about? Murder rap is Greg Clayton coming to you and you telling him Southside killed Biggie in retaliation for not getting their money for killing Tupac.
Damn.
That's the whole fucking film, nigga. They made a movie off of your fucking ratting ass confession. Lying ass confession. And Greg Clayton's stupid ass, you interviewed Kaiser Soze, nigga. That nigga spun you. I'm not even addressing you no more. This is it. This is it. This is all for the sake of getting justice for Christopher Wallace, aka Notorious B.I.G., and Tupac Shakur. All right? Lisan Crooks. All right? That's what this is for. This ain't here to, we ain't here to entertain any of y'all non-believers. And all y'all that believe Orlando Anderson, the dude that got his shoulder kicked out the socket and went to the hospital, was in that car. Y'all fools. If y'all believe Suge paid this nigga 60 grand to testify for him in that trial just to get out and not going to jail, and he shot him in the head and killed Tupac, y'all niggas is stupid. Joke, no joke. We gonna take y'all over to the board. I'm gonna break this down to y'all and show y'all the split between Death Row Records, between the bread side and the blood side. And that's why I believe ultimately, at the end of the day, this wasn't about no bad boy, Death Row, East Coast, West Coast. This was about a few individuals. And what I want to believe, tying it back down to you saying, how does all lead back to Diddy?
Right.
How this all leads back to Diddy is I believe that Diddy allegedly put the hit out, like they said, but I believe that allegedly Jimmy Henchman and Diddy did that together. Only reason I say Jimmy Henchman and Diddy did that together is because Gene Dale said that that check came for $1 million, went to Zip. Zip was supposed to pay that to the Crips, and the check came from Black Ground Records, and Jimmy Henchman was working at Black Ground Records with Barry Hankinson. So if the check did come through Black Ground, the only connection with Black Ground and the only connection between Black Ground and that check and Zip is Jimmy Henchman worked at Black Ground Records, and Jimmy Henchman had a beef with Tupac. And Jimmy Henchman was cool with Diddy.
Mm-hmm.
And Diddy had beef with Big for stealing that publishing. And if you remember, Gene Deal tells a story the night before Big got killed that Gene squealed to Puff that Big was writing all Little Kim stuff. And Diddy jumped in Biggie's face and said, say it, nigga, say it. Say you writing Kim shit. Say it, nigga, say it. And Big was like, go ahead, Diddy, man. Go ahead, Diddy. Say it, nigga, say it. And the next day, Big was dead.
Mm.
So if Southside allegedly killed Pac for that hit, it all makes sense to me that Reggie, who allegedly orchestrated it, who calls himself the orchestrator, he said this.
Hey, hold on.
I don't get my hands dirty. I'm the orchestrator.
Hey, y'all. That's crazy, bro. Hey, this the first time I heard, man. It makes sense. Everybody I know who got into it with somebody doing, they end up dead, though. They in jail for it right now on some real shit. So that kind of could make sense, too. Because I know a lot of people, bro, who got into it with somebody, bro, and they in jail now. 50 years, 60 years, shit like that.
Orchestrator. You said that, right or wrong? Okay. That's what I ultimately believe in my theory, that if that check did come from Blackground Records, then now I believe that with the beef that Suge and Pac had with Jimmy and Puff, that would be why Pac got killed.
So you're on YouTube watching how to make.
I watched the Wildfire Trust.
What's going on? Yeah, that was crazy, bro. Smash that like button for me, y'all. Smash that like button so this video can get around, man. Hey, it makes sense to me, man. Hey, he was just putting everything together, bro. Like Gene Deal said this and what he know of the situation. He was just putting it all together, man.
I watched the Wildfire Trust.
What? What's going on, man?
No, yeah, man. You know what we did, man. Rose, man. You know that. You know what we did.
So how y'all came up with the name Chris World?
My homie Chris. Homie died 2010.
That's what I'm saying, bro. It be like little kids, bro. Like y'all got to smoke in front of the camera, bro.
We made
it. Ain't that serious.
Niggas think they made this.
So y'all hood strictly number BDs.
The G right there. That's one love from them. Sorry, that's the G right there. That's the big G right there, bro. Yeah. This is like a mix, like Trap City, Chris World, the GD, BD. This all.
So y'all all went to M&T before when it was James McCall.
Yeah, I went to James.
So y'all all went to M&T before.
Yeah, everybody. Most of everybody been at M&T.
Man, I can't watch this shit, bro. Yeah, bro, every 30 seconds, bro, it's bam. Come on, man.
Yeah, like 09, like okay, 09. Yeah, 09. It started 09. Yeah, I'll say it really got busted. T.Y. died 2009. He got 09. 2010 it really got busted. This motherfucker started, you know. 09, that's when everybody started. That's when it started getting really tough. But 10, that's when it was live. It started getting live. My prime, hey, you know, 18 years ahead of me,
bro.
It's Trap City, Chris World, Roadblock. Different generation. Yeah, that's all it is. Different generation. It's all the same shit. 66, 67, 68, man. We all is one for sure.
Watch this stupid shit, bro.
All of these big dick deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you all get the wrong way.
Breaking news tonight, Sean Diddy Combs has been arrested in a Manhattan hotel this evening after a grand jury indicted the music mogul. His attorney tells CNN that he is currently being processed. The charges are unclear as of this moment. Joining us now is CNN's entertainment reporter Elizabeth Wagmeister, and also with us CNN Chief Legal Correspondent Ellie Honing. Elizabeth, you were a big part of revealing some details about Diddy's conduct in private over the course of the last couple of months. That video led to a lot more scrutiny on what he has been accused of. What do we know at this point about what this case might ultimately be about?
Abby, at the moment, we don't know what the charges are. When our team broke this disturbing video of Diddy violently assaulting his ex-girlfriend.
They gonna
Video,
keep
he
on
denied
running that
everything.
shit.
After that video came out, he changed his tone. He apologized for his conduct in that video. But I have to tell you, Abby, just as of last week, a former member of Danity Kane, which was one of the bands from Making the Band, Diddy's show that was on MTV, She sued him for sexual assault and other disturbing allegations, and he denied that. So he continues the denials, and he still maintains his innocence, even though he has been arrested.
The business empire he controlled to carry out criminal activity, including sex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and the obstruction of justice. Let me say a little bit more about the charges. The indictment alleges that Combs abused and exploited women and other people for years, and in a variety of ways. As alleged, Combs used force, threats of force, and coercion to cause victims to engage in extended sexual performances with male commercial sex workers, some of whom he transported or caused to be transported over state lines. Combs allegedly planned and controlled the sex performances, which he called freak-offs, and he often electronically recorded them. The freak-offs sometimes lasted days at a time, involved multiple commercial sex workers, and often involved a variety of narcotics, such as ketamine, ecstasy, and GHB, which Combs distributed to the victims to keep them obedient and compliant. As alleged, when Combs didn't get his way, he was violent, and he subjected victims to physical, emotional, and verbal abuse so that they would participate in the freak-offs, and that Combs hit, kicked, threw objects at, and dragged victims, at times by their hair. On one occasion in March of 2016, that conduct was captured on video and later reported in the media. Specifically, Combs kicked, dragged, and threw a vase at a victim in a Los Angeles hotel when the victim was attempting to flee. As alleged, these assaults often resulted in injuries to the victims, which took days or weeks to heal.
Nah, that shit don't make New York look bad, bro. Fuck.
The indictment alleges that Combs threatened and coerced
It don't
victims
make
to
New
get
York
them to
look bad, bro.
participate in the freak-offs. He used the embarrassing and sensitive recordings he made of the freak-offs as collateral against the victims. And the indictment alleges that he maintained control over the victims in several ways, including by giving them drugs, by giving and threatening to take away financial support or housing, by promising them career opportunities, by appearance. Because of all of this, the indictment alleges that the victims did not believe they could refuse Combs without risking their security or facing more abuse. The indictment also alleges other acts of violence undertaken by Combs and others, including violence against witnesses to his abuse, kidnapping, and arson. The indictment alleges that on more than one occasion, Combs carried or brandished firearms to intimidate and threaten victims and witnesses. Now, Combs did not do this all on his own. As I mentioned, Combs has been charged with RICO conspiracy. He used his business and employees of that business and other close associates to get his way.
Lost money with me on the script. How? That's why I'm saying, that's why I can't telling you something no one's ever heard of. Nobody has ever heard. Oh, Ben Affleck.
Yeah, that's over with for that. Making a band and all, man. Smash that like button, y'all. Smash that like button. I ain't defending him at all, but they need to start putting some more evidence out. Shit, he just got arrested. He just got arrested. Shit, they just told us they got 1,000 bottles of lube, Johnson and Johnson. They got some guns. Shit, we know he through. Just with the guns and the drugs and the lube. Goddamn it, he through. He finna do some years. So you want to see some more evidence, huh? You want to see some more evidence. What you want to see? One of them tapes? Chris Brown on it? Bro want to see them tapes. He want them tapes. He trying to see a Lil J and Butter on the motherfuckers. Hey, one thing I can say though, they say from 2008 to now, Butter qualified. Butter was with Diddy in 2013, him and Lil J. And it sounds like, according to Butter, on Tuka Scrap Trail, Lil B, K.I., according to Butter, man, he had to call his mother. So whatever happened that you got to call your mother, you seen some shit if you got to call your mother. He said, shit, I had to call my mama, man. But I wasn't in the room. Lil J was. He hurry up and denied that shit. Lil J, Butter hurry up and denied that. Butter said, oh, I wasn't in the room. It was Lil J in the room. They came out with their Speedos on and shit. I'm a shooter. Now he was a shooter now. You wasn't no shooter in Diddy crib. Diddy had guns, man. I'm pretty sure his bodyguard searched Butter now. Y'all weren't walking around Diddy house with no 30s on y'all. He lying. Diddy security taking phones and that motherfucking thing, bro. Diddy gonna be the only one with that footage.
Picture there over Midtown Manhattan. Manhattan is where it all went down today. A judge guilty to sex trafficking charges. Fox's Ashley Dvorkin with more.
Rapper Sean Diddy Combs now facing sex trafficking and racketeering conspiracy charges following a months-long investigation. He appeared before a federal judge in New York on Tuesday, pleading not guilty and will remain behind bars.
The indictment alleges that between at least 2008 and the present, Combs abused, threatened, and coerced victims to fulfill his sexual desires, protect his reputation.
Lil J and them jumped his gate because they came back with like $60,000. Him and Butter came back. They had some bands. I ain't gonna lie. And come to find out, they told us they flew that, him and Lil J. Now Butter say on the interview that him and Lil J and them took a stolen car all the way down there. Non-stop. They was going in stolen cars to go and see Diddy. That's how shit got real. They ain't had no money, bro. They was popping up at Diddy crib, bro, unannounced. In stolen cars. Hey, look, you gotta have some damn balls, man, to ride a stolen car all the way to Diddy house in New York, Harlem, wherever he stay at. You gotta have some major balls. You know how many police cameras and everything you finna ride through? How many jurisdictions of sheriffs and all that you finna ride through? You got some balls, bro, with some guns on y'all.
And conceal his conduct.
Prosecutors claim the rapper ran a criminal enterprise through his business empire, where he and his associates accused of verbally and physically assaulting victims and using assistants and household staff to hide his crimes.
As alleged, Combs used force, threats of force, and coercion to cause victims to engage in extended sexual performances with male commercial sex workers, some of whom he transported or caused to be transported over state lines.
Hey, somebody look at Lil Durk page, man. I'm chilling in L.A. Eat steaks with Diddy. Ain't nobody safe. Lil Durk Ben said Lil Durk was with Diddy in 15 because he said he was chilling in L.A. eating shrimps with Diddy on that song. That's the B.O.N. song. So, and then Lil Durk let Young Thug propose to him on the in front of the world, bro. Like, so that don't put nothing past me. Hey, ain't nobody. I don't give a fuck. We the mob. You ain't putting no ring on my finger, bro. And then turn around and say, yeah, tell all the girls, man, it's over with, man. Lil Durk, my boo. Bro, I would have took off on Young Thug, bro. We would have sunk the studio up, bro. That's how I know they ain't no real gang members, bro. They ain't no real gang member. Anybody I know would have took off on Young Thug.
Combs was arrested on Monday, months after federal agents raided his homes. He also faces several civil lawsuits accusing him of sexual assault over the past few decades.
Had they not been filed, there wouldn't have been the media attention, and there wouldn't have been the substance for the feds to take a look under the hood and say, gee, there's something seriously wrong with this guy.
The rapper's attorney says his client is not perfect, but he's not a criminal.
His spirits are good. He's confident. He is dealing with this head on, the way he's dealt with every challenge in his life.
Prosecutors are not ruling out more charges and say the investigation is not done. Ashley Dvorkin, Fox News.
Ashley, thanks so much. Manhattan today. Let's watch.
Fuck, man.
Twisted Tea.
Sean Combs is through, bro. He through, man. His time ran out, y'all. That's all to it, bro. His time ran out, bro. He been getting away from this shit. You got to look at R. Kelly. Hey, they said he in the same place R. Kelly in. Matter of fact, that's what they finna say. It say Diddy, Sean Diddy Combs will be jailed at the same facility as R. Kelly, Giselle Lane Maxwell. That's the lady who that with Epstein. I think that's his girlfriend or some shit.
Tea is a refreshing, hard iced tea made with real brewed tea. Keep it twisted. Okay, the points that we've been
us through and guided us through this very complex but major story. That's, of course, legal affairs journalist Megan Cuniff. She joins me. Megan, good to see you yet again. A lot has changed since you and I last spoke at this very time yesterday.
Savage Black in the building, man.
The
shout out Savage
page indictment
Black,
in
man.
my
Make sure
hand.
y'all go and follow his page, man.
14 pages. Thought it was
Wanna
going to
follow
be, Megan, of the indictment. Holmes, the defendant, abused, threatened, and coerced women and others around him to fulfill his sexual desires, protect his reputation, and conceal his conduct. To do so, Combs relied on the employees, resources, and influence of the multifaceted business empire that he led and controlled, creating a criminal enterprise whose members and associates engaged in and attempted to engage in, among other crimes, sex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and obstruction of justice here. I guess my first question to you is this. How big of a deal is it that he was denied bail? The judge denying this request. I think it's safe to say, I can speak for everyone here in the Live Now newsroom, there was a collective gasp when we found that out. You were intimating as much that you weren't as surprised. Why?
Yeah, I think just the nature of the charges, and then the sex trafficking charge in particular, there's a presumption that it warrants detention. And the people who've gone before him on that charge haven't fared very well. Jeffrey Epstein, there was a cult leader who actually Diddy's current lawyer represented a couple years ago at trial and was convicted. He was detained pre-trial too. So there definitely is a precedent for this. And just given the nature of the charges, it seemed like an uphill battle for him. He does have a chance tomorrow with his bail appeal hearing. I have, in my experience, seen district judges reverse magistrate judges and say, no, they made the wrong decision on bail, and here's a package we can come up with. I'm not sure if this case is going to be one of those cases. The incidents where I've seen those have not been cases of this nature, of this magnitude, or anything like that. So it will be interesting to see what his lawyers argue tomorrow, and if they put forth any kind of new argument, or if they're just plainly arguing that the magistrate judge got it wrong.
Megan, the sweeping scope of this is just hard to overlook. I mean, it's massive, the tentacles that this indictment has. We can get into that in just a moment. But you're talking about some of the judge's rationale for denying bail here in the request. Prosecutors raised this assault video from 2016 between he and Cassie in that hotel hallway. It's very disturbing where he is physically assaulting her. The rationale the judge made essentially was if he were out before the trial took place, that he could engage in this behavior again. You're saying that's pretty standard from a judge, right?
Yeah, she did cite the violence, the nature of the charges, the violent nature, and yeah, I've seen that type of analysis from judges before when they're trying to do the balancing test on whether to allow bail, and I think that's a common route for them to go down. And prosecutors were, of course, really pushing that. And one thing that I think really weighed against him, and that is significant for the judge, is that pretrial services, which is an arm of U.S. District Court that's separate from the U.S. Attorney's Office, and it's supposed to be, more of a neutral assessment of what would a bail package look like. It's also the same people who do sentencing recommendations. They had recommended that he not be allowed out. They recommended he be detained pending trial. And that's a significant recommendation. And I noticed that the people who were at the courthouse today said that the judge actually, before she announced her decision, she went back into chambers and met with some representatives from pretrial services. So the fact that they didn't think there was any kind of bond package or any kind of release package that they could approve, I think that probably weighed pretty heavily against them.
So, Megan, though, the bail package Diddy's defense was offering, it's not peanuts. I mean, it's massive. $50 million they were offering, and it was denied here in a number of different ways. They were offering so much. Are you surprised that
$50 million, bro,
high dollar amount was denied? $50 million.
I'm not, because I don't think it would have been the money that was really the driving factor there. It would be something, but for somebody with his amount of wealth, I think a judge would expect that he would have to put some serious skin in the game. And for somebody like Diddy, that would be in the range of $50 million. So I think his lawyers, just given how experienced they are, knew that they had to do something like that. And one thing that just struck me through his bail package and everything is just how prepared his attorneys were for this. And then
dollars, bro, and they still denied him. He ain't going nowhere. He ain't going nowhere. He up in that thing with R. Kelly, man. Yeah, when they raided his house that first time, they came, got all the evidence. Yeah, that's crazy, bro.
These charges were inevitable, and they were trying to set up a scenario that would keep him out of prison. And frankly, I also thought it was a testament to how much money he's spending on he's put his house in LA up for sale. So I think he's preparing for some expensive criminal defense lawyering that's going to be going on.
Yeah, Megan, let's read what the defense team has prepared. And you're talking about how prepared they were. A $50 million bond co-signed by him, his mother, his sister, the mother of his oldest daughter, and his 3 oldest sons, secured by the equity of his mother's Miami home, restricted travel to the Southern District of Florida and New York. Diddy and his family members' passports surrendered, not just him. Home detention with GPS monitoring and other standard conditions of pretrial supervision. All of that was denied by the judge today. Megan, let's get back, though, to the scope of the indictment here, because this is quite staggering. I want to read this here. The government has spoken to over 50 witnesses. They have sworn out warrants for cloud accounts. The search has yielded 90 cell phones and 30 other devices, including a surveillance system. And so there were 300, Megan, grand jury subpoenas here, not to mention the raids back in March in the homes there in the Beverly Hills section and in Miami. We are learning what was taken from those raids. What was taken? What do we learn today from those raids, too?
Yeah, excuse me. They did mention, 3 assault rifles, 3 AR-15 assault rifles that actually had defaced serial numbers on them. And then there were some narcotics found. And then apparently they found some video evidence of this. They said they found 1,000 bottles, more than 1,000 bottles of baby oil and a lubricant that they think were used in these sexual encounters that Diddy was part of. But then there's also something in the indictment where they talk about witness coercion, and that after the lawsuits were filed in late 2023 and all these allegations started becoming public, they said that Diddy actually took it upon himself to record some of his conversations with potential witnesses where he talks about, things that they should say to try to refute any kind of investigation. In my reading of that, I got the impression that investigators know that because when they were searching his home, they found some of the recordings.
Okay.
So between the narcotics, the guns, and then the recordings of him talking to personal witnesses, that's been a window into it a little bit.
Megan, it wasn't just we learned more from.
Hey, that's crazy as hell, though, because everybody Diddy that's around Diddy legit, bro. They could have had license to carry guns in their house. These motherfuckers got guns with defaced serial numbers on them, bro. P. Diddy. Like, that's crazy, bro. That's diabolical, bro. A nigga who worth damn near $1 billion. Damn near a billionaire. Almost. And you got defaced guns in your house? That's a crash out, bro.
What was taken, so much was taken from these raids. We also learned what Diddy had in his hotel room last night when he was apprehended and taken into custody here. He had what appeared to be narcotics. This is according to the assistant U.S. attorney, found in his hotel last night, a pink powder that has previously tested positive for ecstasy and other drugs. So that, I thought, what was quite interesting here. Is Diddy a flight risk? Did that go into denying his bail as well? Or no, because they were surrendering passports?
I did not see that in the reporting, but there is some interesting stuff in his 10-page letter that was filed this morning about wanting bail. They talk about how he actually needed to move hotel rooms. So there was some indication that last night, at least, he was going to have to move hotel rooms. So I wonder if that got federal authorities' attention. But his lawyer also said today that he was planning on turning himself in, but authorities didn't want him to turn himself in because they wouldn't be able to make a strong argument for detention pending trial. So we've had some clues there.
Check out all of our digital coupons on the My County Market.
He said that's what butter mean when he say pink panties. No, pink panties in jail, but butter was in and fucking he did go to Diddy crib, bro. And I remember Lil J came back with like $60,000. Cause at this time, Duck was saying that Rick Ross, well, he wasn't saying Rick Ross and them tried to get Duck $75,000, bro. on everything. For real, real talk. Maybach Music try to sign Duck for $75,000, bro. On some real shit. This back then. So when Lil J and them knew that Rick Ross and them was looking at Duck and them, it was a lady that used to be around us. She at A&R. Her name Gigi Miller and Debbie and Debbie, the other lady. But Gigi Miller, she was like the contact for all the labels. Barb from Sony and all that. That's how I was talking to Interscope and shit like that because of her. And yeah, Lil J and them came. Lil J, I guess he had to do it bigger than Duck and went down there with Diddy now, man. Hold on, y'all. Let me find this. Let me find this real quick. Let me find this quick. Shout out to everybody who was on here tonight. Shout out to everybody, man, who support me. I appreciate all y'all love support. Make sure you need me Marie 37 and purchase you a signed copy of my book, y'all. It's lit, man. My next book will be out February of 2025. Never Nene get done with it. Look at Nene like, I ain't gonna do that shit. Y'all know who that is. Lying like a motherfucker. Hold on, y'all. Hold on.
Hey, nah, for real, bro.
With the freaky man who tried to freak on me. I'm not a gay guy.
Was Diddy really on there with you, bro?
Ask Lil J, was Diddy on there with him?
Diddy was on there with Lil J? Hey, nah, for real, bro. For real, cause look, his ex girlfriend.
Yeah, so
was
look, right,
him.
I had just turned 20 and shit, right, brother?
Okay.
You know, I don't want to.
See, there you go, man. I'm trying to find the thing where Butter, where Lil J asked Butter about what the whole conversation. Hold on.
Because you know you had that. I bet we gonna have Lil J call back. Okay, so I definitely don't want y'all to argue. I definitely want to have a civil convo. But it sounds like you're still in denial about right now it sounds like, you know, Butter say he did Butter say he didn't tell. You know what I'm saying? And Lil J say he know for sure that Butter did tell. Butter, we've all seen the paperwork, you know what I'm
I can't find that shit. We'll watch that tomorrow. I'm smoking on some runts. Some runts. Actually, peanut butter mints. Peanut butter mints. That's what I'm smoking on. It's called peanut butter mints. 93 boys. Lil Reese, man, got a warrant out for his arrest from attack, man. Pray for Lil Reese, man. 6'5" Lil Mike is still alive, man. Tay Savage is home. That's what's going on, man. And P. Diddy is going down for the rest of his life, man. Shout out to everybody who was on here, man. If you ain't smashed the like button, send money sign NENE 3837 to Cash App because you ain't smashed the like button. I know who didn't. So you ain't smashed that like button. Make sure you send that Cash App. Hey, shout out to everybody who's on here for real, though. You got anything extra, feed the homeless, give back, man. Diddy going to jail, man, bottom line, and he ain't getting out. If he do get out, he gonna be on motherfucking triple ankle monitor. I don't think they letting him out. Diddy could run. He got enough money to run. So I don't think they're gonna let him out, man. But shout out to everybody, man. I gotta go to sleep. I got school. My kids gotta go to school. And we got shit to do in the morning, man. But shout out to all y'all, man. I just had to go live earlier. Let y'all know that I'm tapped in. Shout out to the Mod Squad. Make sure y'all follow Sparks Visual. Make sure y'all follow Sparks Visual. Subscribe to this channel. That's Street Code right there. Subscribe to Street Code. Subscribe to Street Code. Sparks Visuals. Shout out King Ahmad. Quay. Shout out Quay. Shout out Fish Gold. That's Sparks again. That's Sparks page right there. Sparks Visual. Make sure y'all go and hit up Sparks, man. That's a lot of damn comments. Shout out Fish Gold. Shout out G Red Light, Fly Guy. Shout out Kenny Rogers. Y'all subscribe to their channels, man. Shout out Cammy Rural, man. Appreciate your love support, Cammy. Shout out Quay. Again, Harlem Romeo. Shout out Michael, man. Appreciate your love support, Michael. Andrew Christopher. Shout out you. Shout out Andrew Christopher. Tales from the Trenches. Shout out to you. Street Code again. Make sure y'all follow Street Code. Shout out Smurf, Cameron Taylor, Christopher, Tropical God. Shout out Dab, Chris Parlow. Make sure y'all go and follow Chris Parlow, 773. He got that famous me and Cairo going at it. Cairo tried to put his little henchman up from No Limit. And it backfired on them at the end of the day. It definitely backfired on them. They thought they had him. Well, Shorty and them know that they ain't had one. A lot of people, but Cairo thought he had one. You know, Cairo, he a little kid to me. So he thought he had one. You know, I remember Cairo used to be around that bitch crying with long hair. Straight snotty nose, crying. I ain't say he was dirty. I say he was just like a crybaby. Rax the General, what's up? Shout out Barbaria. Shout out Barbaria. Appreciate all your love support, Barbaria. Appreciate all. Anthony Peterson. Shout out to you, Anthony Peterson. 3Ds, Trap D Lord. Shout out Dash, Bob Barker. B Rural 101. Shout out Dro the Mob. Follow Dro the Mob page. Method Man Ed. Shout out DLTV. Shout out DB. I don't know what the fuck Savage Black channel just go. He must have came through on Twitter. Shout out NC. Make sure y'all follow them pages, man. They're my mods. Make sure y'all follow them pages, man. Shout out Yeet Money, Jack's people, the Miko Polo. Shout out Ty Bearer. Shout out EC Boy from the 252 LLD LLS. Shout out Yoroki. Shout out Big Chewy 0438. Be For Real TV. Shout out the DZ6. Rax the General again. Shout out K Shine. Shout out Northern Dame. Shout out Sap Reefer Show. Trap Low. Shout out Fred Jenkins. Shout out Slim. Shout out Juno 2719. Shout out Chop It with Shano. Grandson. Shout out to Grandson. Shout out to Made Media Magazine. Make sure y'all go and run up Made Media Magazine page too. Go and follow Made Media on all platforms. Made Media Magazine. Subscribe to all these channels. Shout out Big Dog J-Ski. Yeah, shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to Sean Ward. Shout out Mama K. Shout out Mama K. Shout out G. Shout out Nick Holman. Shout out D Jack. Anthony Peterson. Shout out Shaq Spalding. Mr. Taylor, Mr. T8 Taylor. Whatever you say. Phil Baby 5 times. Shout out Phil Baby. Shout out Yeet Money. Shout out Najee Green. Shout out D-Roar 129. Shout out Springfield Sun 413. Shout out Bears 19. Shout out Cedar Don 1569. Shout out King Cole. Shout out Grandson again. Quay again. Anthony Peterson. Al and Mona Show. Shout out Bree and Mike and Bree Vlogs too. Shout out Mike and Bree Vlogs. Shout out Duga and Big Homie CC too, man. Make sure y'all go and check out all them titles. You know, Trench News don't be trying to hold this shit for itself, man. I'm at the top, man. You pull somebody else up. You know what I'm talking about? I can't will you to. You gotta put in the work though. You know what I'm talking about? I can only tell them y'all name, man. I can't force nobody like Diddy, man, to participate in any acts, man. You just gotta work and they'll see it, man. You know. Hey, but my mind is my 9. Shout out to Nene Marie 37, man. If you want to sign copy of my book, go to Nene Marie 37 right now. If you want any promotion, follow me at Swiper3837 or hit up Nene Marie 37 on promotion. And I got my mind is my 9 gear, all type of stuff, man. So make sure y'all hit me up. But I'm up out of here, man. Y'all already know I gotta play the songs, man.
Trenches News, nigga. Shout out NC. Shout out Made Media. Shout out Spark. Shout out Queen. Shout out BG. Shout out Nene. NC hit my phone like Black make us a song. I hit YouTube, found the beat, 9 song. And see, you can go to her for the latest news. Like who told on who and who gave who the blues. news. Can't forget Queen Lotus. That's 126. Shorty smart as hell, gon' have you thinking about shit. Now let's get on the BZ on the down south shit.
Big Bub, shout out Big Bub.
She gon' tell you about your shit. And she dropping videos, go subscribe to her shit.
Red
Sparks got the visuals of 99%. Made media out west, he a film mode nigga. Get that nigga, bring a chick, I bet she feeling on that nigga. And shout out Savage Black, we gon' party on them niggas. Can't forget Nene, she catch bodies in the chat. It's that page fake or real shit, shorty gon' check. She gon' come back to the chat, wipe his nosy out the chat. Can't forget Uncle Swipe, Mr. Miyagi to you niggas. You can call him Swiper Jordan or whatever, say you nigga. And to the ones that left, we ain't worried about shit. But make sure you like the
shout out JT Chicago, man. JT Smooth Chicago. Shout out to you, big guy.
Real my squad shit, yeah. Real my squad shit, yeah. Make sure you like the video before you dip. Real my squad shit, yeah. Real my squad shit, yeah. Real my squad shit, yeah. Make sure you like the video before you dip.
Alright, if this y'all first time over here, y'all already know I gotta play my shit. It make the people mad, man. It make the haters mad, but it make them get on their grind, man. When I tell them this, it make them get on their grind.
You don't fuck with me, I don't fuck with you. We don't fuck with each other, but we ain't on the same level. I be sunning these niggas like I be fucking they mother.
For the people in the background, man, on YouTube, man, don't ask me did I do a story. Go and look at it.
You don't fuck with me, I don't fuck with you. We don't fuck with each other, but we ain't on the same level. I be sunning these niggas like I be fucking they mother.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. That's true. That's true. Shout out to the Mod Squad. Sparks Visual, I see you. Dro the Mob, I see you. Chris Parlow, all y'all on here. I see y'all. Appreciate y'all love support. One more time.
You don't fuck with me, I don't fuck with you. We don't fuck with each other, but we ain't on the same level. I be sunning these niggas like I be fucking they mother.
Okay. I just thought not to mention, I ain't looking for divine or just in case you're looking for a divine and a little intervention. I thought I might as well tell you that. I'm up out of here, y'all. Appreciate y'all love support. See y'all tomorrow.
Real Mod Squad shit. Whole lot of Mod Squad shit. Shout out Trenches News, nigga. Shout out NC. Shout out Made Media. Shout out Spark. Shout out Queen. Shout out B. Shout out Nene. And see, hit my phone like Black make us a song. I hit YouTube, found the beat, 9 song. And see, you can go to her for the latest news. Like who told on who and who gave who the blues. Can't forget Queen Lotus, that's 126. Shorty smart as hell, gon' have you thinking about shit. Now let's get on the BZ on the down south shit. Shorty real as hell, she gon' tell you about your shit. And she dropping videos, go subscribe to her shit. Sparks got the visuals of 99%. Made media out west, he a film mode nigga. Get that nigga, bring a chick, I bet she feeling on that nigga. And shout out Savage Black, we gon' party on them niggas. Can't forget Nene, she catch bodies in the chat. It's that page fake or real shit, shorty gon' check. She gon' come back to the chat, wipe his nosy out the chat. Can't forget Uncle Swipe, Mr. Miyagi to you niggas. You can call him Swiper Jordan or whatever, say you nigga. And to the ones that left, we ain't worried about shit. But make sure you like the video before you dip. Real My Squad shit, yeah.
Alright, somebody just inboxed me, man. This same person always inbox me, man. I'm gonna play it one more time for you, dude. One more time, bro. I ain't playing the whole song, dude, so you can stop trying to guess who it is, my brother. But I'm gonna play the first part for you. Shout out Kenny Rogers, man. Shout out Sparks, man. Just gonna play the part that I play, man. Shout out to everybody, man. Shout out Pimp C. Shout out to you, man.
You don't fuck with me, I don't fuck with you. We don't fuck with each other, but we ain't on the same level. I be sunning these niggas like I be fucking they mother.
Yeah. It sound about right, man. It sound about right, man. This is what we do.
You don't fuck with me, I don't fuck with you. We don't fuck with each other, but we ain't on the same level. I be sunning these niggas like I be fucking they mother.
Just in case anybody want to keep blogging about Trenches News, man. Just in case y'all want to keep blogging about Trenches News and shit, trying to find out information about me, and y'all from out of town and all that shit, I'm just gonna tell y'all, man, one more time.
You don't fuck with me, I don't fuck with you. We don't fuck with each other, but we ain't on the same level. I be sunning these niggas like I be fucking they mother.
Yeah. You look around, man, you will see I got a lot of sons, man. This one dude, man, he hate me. But if you go on his page, man, that man take all my stories, say the same shit, same title and everything, man. One more time.
You don't fuck with me, I don't fuck with you. We don't fuck with each other, but we ain't on the same level. I be sunning these niggas like I be fucking they mother.
Yup. All right, shout out to y'all, though, man. I'm up out of here, man. Shout out to the Mod Squad. I'm up out of here, y'all. Y'all be safe out there. My man is my 9. I will be back with more content tomorrow. I'm out.
Hey, my nigga Glock made this shit.
Real Mod Squad shit. Whole lot of Mod Squad shit. Shout out Trenches News.
Shout out Savage Black, man.
Shout out MC. Shout out Made Media. Shout out Spark. Shout out Queen. Shout out B. Shout out Nene. And see, hit my phone like Black make us a song. I hit YouTube, found the B9 song. And see, you can go to her for the latest news. Like who told on who and who gave who the blues. Can't forget Queen Lotus, that's 126. Shorty smart as hell, gon' have you thinking about shit. Now let's get on the BZ on the down south shit. Shorty real as hell, she gon' tell you about your shit. And she dropping videos, go subscribe to her shit. Sparks got the visuals and 99%. Made Media out west, he a film mode nigga. Get that nigga.
Shout out Maybe.
I bet she feeling on that nigga. And shout out Savage Black, we gon' party on them niggas. Can't forget Nene, she catch bodies in the chat. It's that page fake of real shit. Shorty gon' check, she gon' come back to the chat. Right this nosy on the chat. Can't forget Uncle Swipe, Miss Libbyaki to you niggas. You can call him Swipe the Jordan or whatever, say you nigga. And to the ones that left, we ain't worried about shit. But
Still going up. Y'all don't get it. Y'all don't get it.
Real Mod Squad shit.
Yeah.
Real Mod Squad
Don't ask
shit.
me how I'm still doing at the top, man.
Real
Ask
Mod
God.
Squad shit. Yeah.
Make sure you like the video before you dip.
Real Mod Squad shit. Yeah.
I'm up out of here, y'all, though, for real.
Shit.
Shout out to the mods, man. Kenny Rogers, man. Keep doing your thing. Sparks, Savage, all y'all, man. I'm up out of here. Shout out Made Media Magazine, man. I'm up out of here.